Nick Castellanos. Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. What a pleasure it is to be here this morning. After normally, you wouldn't guttural yell a split against the St. Louis Cardinals in May. That being said, I want to thank Nick Castellanos personally for what he did for me and Paulie and our mental health. I think certainly you want to talk about a nervous wreck yesterday watching that game.
Just think about how 4 hours today changed with one swing
of the bat changed the entire tenor of today's show. I mean, I was dancing around the house. I was so happy. And it was amazing. It was amazing. Never say die, obviously. Great lesson for all the kids out there, mine included, who give up in the third if they're down a run. So it's like their team, the Padres, doesn't matter. Like, that's game. That's game. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? You guys have at least 3 innings. Let's go. It was a really good lesson, and it was just such a cool moment on Mother's Day as well. So welcome in. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindl's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Well, he's still on the golf course here on a Monday, and I'm blown away actually at this point with him. Like an intervention may be needed. I was texting with him this morning. He texted us his steps the other day, and he walked 40,000 steps in one day.
Yeah,
which is more than I've ever
insane. I don't think I've made that many.
Considered.
I feel like the most I've ever done was like 26,000.
Yeah, I mean, I've done 20
maybe.
Something at Disneyland or something.
Disneyland or like Vegas, just where you just walking all day. But
so I texted this dude, Benny, are you done at last night? I said, are you done golfing? Like, is golf done now? Today's a travel
You're going to wake up, get to the airport.
Yeah, get some breakfast, get to the airport. He goes, early 7 a.m. tee time today, leaving Bandon around 11. I said, that's like a sickness. How many holes will you have finished? He said, including the par 3 courses, hang on. 158 total. Now, if you're Scotty Scheffler and you're playing in the Masters. You play 72 holes, all right? And it's a grind and it's excruciating.
Maybe
you
only
walk.
36.
Maybe like if you don't make the cut.
If you don't make the cut and you're eliminated after the second day, you're out after 36. But yeah, at most on any tournament, you're playing 72 holes.
So
he more than doubled that.
158 total holes.
Jeez.
And he said, it's like being in a city with a great band, whatever that means. You won't be coming back for a long time, if ever. So you don't want to miss a single hole. Got to play them all. Is it too much? Of course.
Does Ben know that bands don't play in like one city?
Well, they don't. I mean, they don't.
They actually go on tours to different cities.
But so I said, well, I went to the Oasis show in L.A.
They're from Manchester, so you have to go to Manchester to see them.
And I said, I went to see Oasis in L.A. I said, I left the show before Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, and Champagne Supernova. You know why? Because LA traffic is horrible. And my kids were already asleep. We'd already been there for 12 hours. So it was time to go. And he said, good point. But imagine if you'd never heard those songs before and this was your one chance to hear them. He said, there's nothing else to do here. I'm not going out on a hike after walking already. If I'm here, might as well take advantage. I said, well, are your hands like ground beef?
I was saying, my man just cannot relax.
He can't, dude. How about this?
How about you golf your ass off for 4 days?
Sleep in. Have a big-ass breakfast, and then, take care of biz a couple times before you jerk. Yeah, before you leave.
Do they have
stroll the grounds?
Do they have any sort of spa on site? They have to have something. I'm like, bro, today I would have gotten a massage treatment and headed on my way.
It's 158 holes of golf.
That's insane.
It's so crazy. It's overkill. It's overkill.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's too much golf.
Too much golf, man. I'm sorry. It is too much golf. It's too much. And there's, listen, it's like anything. You can overdo it on anything at all. Anything. So I'm interested to get all of his totals when he gets back. The golf, we know the number of holes if he finishes it today. I want to know the number of steps. I want to know.
Yeah, we'll total up all his steps.
I want to know all of it. I want to know all of it. But he's in hog heaven, man. It's the reason, Paulie, because again, when I was really into golf there for a year or two, Bandon was on my list of things to do. And then I started really thinking about it. I really, instead of going willy-nilly, I'm in, count me in, which
right.
I've been known to do. I thought, I think I'd lose. I can only really play 18 a day.
You're like, this won't be as fun for me as it will be for other people.
And it'll be a bummer for
it'll
be a bummer for the guys that I go with when I'm like, I'm going back to the room.
Because you would happily pay all that money and just be like, I'm just going to stay in and keep it here at the house.
I'm going to go watch Striking Distance on Netflix in my hotel room, which is out on Netflix, by the way. If you guys haven't seen the classic Bruce Willis, Sarah Jessica Parker movie.
Just came out on Netflix?
It's on Netflix now. It's, they bring back old movies. Forgot how good that movie is. Striking Distance. You ever seen it?
I don't know that
Watch it tonight. It's elite. It's an elite film. Dennis Farina's in. Oh, Paulie. It's incredible. So I'd be in my room watching Striking Distance while all the guys are like, oh, man, Woods sucks, dude. The guy sucks to travel with, man. Here we are. We're going to play 36. I would have no interest. So I don't think it's for me. I'd love to go play nice courses at some point in my life, but I don't know that Bandon is for me, where it's like, if you don't
You're
play.
just going to be miserable.
I think I'll be miserable.
Yeah.
And I'll promise you this. I saw his pictures from the weekend. Weather was spectacular. If it was me there, 40-mile-an-hour winds, driving rain, and which would even be worse. They'd be like, Woodsy, we have to go. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not going out in that. You guys have fun. I'll sit in the room. I would have less than zero problem sitting in a room in Oregon for 4 days and never playing golf. I would have no problem. It would be heavenly to me.
It was tough enough. A few years ago, I was on a bachelor party. We went in Palm Springs, and we had 2 or 3 rounds of golf throughout the weekend. And the first 2 were at like just cheap little city courses around Palm Springs. You can kind of just screw around and do whatever. And then the last day was PGA West, and it was, $250
super nice
round or whatever, like insanely nice. Probably one of the nicest courses I've ever played. The pressure that you put on yourself to be like, dude, don't screw up, act like you know what you're doing, like just hang with everybody else. Like, it's tough. And that was not on the coast in Oregon with,
you travel
big
to.
winds. And then, the travel up there, it's like there's such a high expectation of playing well, because like Benny was just on a golf trip like 10 days ago to Henderson.
Yeah.
And he didn't play well. And I remember I asked him, I was like, does that ruin the trip for you? And he goes, kind of. Yeah. I was like, because I know that would do it for me. Like if we look forward to fantasy camp all year long and we get out there and I go 0 for the week or whatever,
it's not fun.
It's not. I had a horrible week.
There's nothing fun about it. You don't want to hear it. Yeah, great. I've heard this story, Ashby. Oh, really? You guys got drunk and did that? Great.
Right.
Fascinating. As you're sitting there mired in an 0 for 18 slump off a pitching machine at fantasy camp. No, Paulie, you're absolutely right. But look, at the end of the day, this was his mecca, and he squeezed every drop out of that lemon up in Bandon Dunes, and it's good for him. He'll be back tomorrow. So Paulie and I will plow through today. I think spirits are high again because of that split. I mean, and it really did feel like a miraculous split. It was a miracle to split that series, honestly, like a straight up walk on water miracle. Padres had no business splitting that series.
Yeah, we say on this show we don't complain about wins, and I think that is pretty much always true. Like, we don't complain about wins. I will also say, though, both things can be true. That might be the worst series split I've ever seen. Like, that's as bad as a team can possibly play and come away with a 2 out of 4 split.
Or the best. Because you were not firing at all cylinders and you managed to split. So, again, it's all about your perspective, Padres fans. And, boy, did I get some of your perspective on Friday night in my DMs. Holy cow. Take a deep breath. We'll get to all of that today, certainly. We had an excellent Mother's Day yesterday. I thought so. And my wife was
Doesn't matter if you thought so.
Well, she was very effusive in her praise. Told me I did a great job, which always makes you feel good, because I have botched many, many a Mother's Day. I've botched many a birthday. It's nice to get a dub. But we had Saturday was a huge day for our family, because we had a procedure for our IVF that we've been going through, and it went incredibly well. And everything is exactly as it needs to be right now. But a couple of things happened to me that haven't really happened in a while. There was a period, Paul, you can attest to this. maybe about 6 months of like everything that happened to me was Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went, everything that happened, I was like, man, Larry David, I'm sad that he canceled it because I could just consult. Because it was every day of my life. Something was happening, something was breaking, I was messing something up. And then everything kind of calmed down and nothing really happened until Saturday. So I take my wife to the hospital early, about 6:15 a.m. on Saturday, and go back to the room with her, get her all checked in and set up. And they said, okay, you can go wait in the waiting room. So I go to the bathroom and I'm sitting there and I'm on my phone for a while and I'm just enjoying myself. And I finish up and I go over to the sink and I'm going to wash up. And they have the auto soap dispenser and the auto sink. So I put my hand under the auto soap dispenser and it goes and it fills my hand with soap, which is exactly what you're looking for. Then I put my hand under the faucet. Nothing. My hand, I have 2 palms full of soap, Paulie. My hand's under the faucet. It's not turning on. There's no switch.
It's the automatic.
It's the auto.
There's no
little
handle.
There's the little black thing that you're moving your arm up and down. Like, come on. And my hands are full of soap. And I'm like, hello, come on, dude. And I'm moving one hand, I'm moving the back of my hand. It won't turn on. And there's no like, hey, use this in an emergency. So I'm sitting there with 2 palms full of soap at this point. I don't know what to do. So I walk out and there's a drinking fountain right there in the hallway. So I'm like, okay. So I take my knee, I put it up to the thing, and I knee the drinking fountain thing. I'm going to use this water. I'm going to scrub my hand in the drinking fountain. Is it got like
the bar?
Yeah, the bar
that goes across the front of the. Yeah. It's not like the button on the top of the faucet. Okay.
So I'm sitting there. I push the bar with my knee, and
just to be clear, your pants are on at this point.
Oh yeah. I'm fully dressed. Okay. I am dressed. I had gone to scrub up, so I go, and I hit the drinking fountain. The water was like this out of the tub. There was no vertical movement from the water. So it was just dribbling out the hole.
Yeah, okay.
Dribbling out the hole. And I'm like, oh my God. It's
like if you wanted to drink from this faucet, your lips would be touching.
Your tongue and lips would be in the hole. Okay? You would have had to put your tongue in the hole, Paulie. I wish the stream was that powerful. It was not. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, God. So I walk over to the women's restroom and again, my hands are full of soap. So I'm like with my elbow, hello? Nobody answers. Hello? So I elbow the door open, push it in. I run in. It's beautiful. It smelled amazing, and there was all pink. It was gorgeous.
And you still have it's the foamy soap?
It's the liquid.
Oh, it didn't foam it up.
That's not foam.
If it was foam, I'd probably just start rubbing it in. Yeah, just
rubbing it in. It's the liquid, like Dawn. Imagine taking a thing of Dawn.
Just regular old hand soap.
And so I run in the women's bathroom, and I'm scrub it up quick. Dry off and get out of there. I'm like, oh, bullet dodged, right? So you think that would be it. Wife comes out of surgery. She does great. And they said to me, okay, we're going to go over these instructions. Okay, no problem. They said, we're going to get her dressed. We're going to bring her downstairs. You guys parked in the garage? Yes, we did. Great. Bring the car around to the turnabout. No problem. I'm on it. So I run down there. And you know how it is these days. There's very few human beings to take your money or you know what I mean? Everything's computerized and robotic, and they have little kiosks everywhere. So no problem. I'm used to this. You go up, you have your parking ticket. You put it in the slot, and then it tells you how much it costs you, right? Costs you $6, right, to park. So then you put your debit card in after, and it will run it. Then it'll spit out your debit card. Then it'll spit out the parking ticket. So I do it. It says $6. Put in my debit card. Wait, it does the spits out my debit card. Okay, great. Got my debit card back. Mm-hmm. Now I'm waiting on the paid for parking ticket. You hear no ticket.
The arm didn't go up. The gate.
No. This is at the kiosk. I'm not even in my car yet. God. You pay before you go to the thing.
Okay, Gotcha. And it's just spitting it out.
It's spitting it out, but nothing's coming out.
Like no receipt paper.
My ticket is not coming back out.
Ticket paper.
Correct. So I'm waiting. I hear it. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Doesn't come out. Now, mind you, my wife is fresh out of surgery. She's ready to go. I need to get in the car. I need to get it down and get her home and get her taken care of. And I'm sitting in the parking garage. There's no one in there. And it's spitting out a ticket, but there's no ticket coming.
No attendant anywhere.
No attendant anywhere. There's a call button. So I called the button. You will be connected to blah, blah, blah. Nothing. No one answers. So I'm at this point now I'm pissed because I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Like, so at least I have my debit card. Get out, run to the car. And I'm like, I'm going through the arm if I have to. If I have to go through the arm, right. I'm going to go through the arm because I paid. F these people. Get someone here. I go up to the deal and I don't have a ticket. And I'm punching every button on the planet. And now I'm screaming into the thing. Hello, hello, I pay. Is anybody there? Anybody? Hello, hello. And I see the door open and they're rolling my wife out. And I'm still in the, and I'm like, open the thing, whoever. There's no one in the gate. Finally, out of nowhere, it just goes and lifts. And I pull off and get her
Somebody's
home.
like, you know what? Just let this
guy go. This guy's going to kill somebody. He's going to absolutely kill somebody. That all happened in the span of like 20 minutes, man. I was like, get me out of this hospital. I fully was expecting bad news from the doctors after what had happened. But the news was great. Everything is good. One of the major hurdles, in this process has been overcome. So it was great. Hannah did so well. And then yesterday was so rad. Like we went to breakfast with the kids and my mother-in-law. And then she took the kids for a while. We took the kids out to her farm and played with the goats and there's a new pony and played with that. And it was awesome. It was an awesome day. Then she showed up at like 4. She goes, I'm going to take them swimming. Oh, all right. So Hannah and I went to dinner, just the two of us. It was wonderful. It was a really peaceful day. Padres with a huge win. Good Lord. Was very happy about that. And I hope all the moms out there had a good Mother's Day. Hope the husbands and dads didn't screw it up too bad. I usually do. I really do. And I think I knocked it out of the park. Well, when she was laid up all day Saturday. So all I did was take care of her, make sure she was taken care of, and I played with my baseball cards all day.
Did you get her any baseball cards for like maybe a Mother's Day card or anything?
No, I did get her a Mother's Day card, but I did not get her any cards this year. She would not be happy about it. And she told me, I got you something really cool for Father's Day. And I'm like, it's better be a hobby box.
If it's not a Bowman hobby box.
If it's not a Bowman hobby box, I'm going to be disappointed.
Take it back.
Give it to me, but like, just know when you see the disappointment wash over my face, that's what it's going to be. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good weekend for us. The Woods family was peaceful, very peaceful weekend for the Woods family, and those are rare. How about you guys?
That's pretty much all I have.
That's it.
Peaceful weekends.
That's good.
No, it's good, man. We got everybody got the new dog, kind of all settled in with her stomach. You can tell it's been about a month now. And you can tell that she's like, okay, this is home. This is like, I'm settled in now. So all both dogs getting along. Everybody was good. We had just kind of a full house reset over the weekend. I think once, maybe twice, set a timer and just said, hey, let's crank out. You work on the bathroom. I'll do the kitchen. We'll both do the living room. And we just kind of reset the house a little bit and got things in order and, had some things that needed to be fixed up or replaced around the house. That all got done. We were off the hook for Mother's Day this year. My mother-in-law, my wife's mom, all she wanted to do is her and her twin sister. They just wanted to go to the casino and go gambling together. And so we said, okay, is this a test? Like, are you testing us? Like, you sure you don't want brunch? She's like, nope. You guys can come all the way up to Temecula with us if you want, but we're going to go do that. And we said, okay,
all right,
have fun.
Enjoy.
And then just had to call my mom and we were good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great, man. Good weekend. My wife really hooked me up last night. Yeah.
Like that?
Like I walked into the bedroom, took off my shirt, got in the bed, and she used the massage gun on my back for like 20 minutes.
It's actually better than...
Dude, you may not be wrong.
For real. I would take that in a heartbeat.
She like was hugging me or something, and she felt like on my back, like shoulder blade. She goes, good God. And I'm like, kind of start working at it. I'm like, Yeah, I probably hold a lot of like tension in my like shoulders and my neck area. She took, we got the good hyper ice gun.
Yeah.
And she just like laid into my back for 20 minutes. And I woke up got up out of bed and I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I felt like a new person. It was like parts of the back of the shoulder that are hard for you to get by yourself. Like I can get everywhere else.
I try to get my kids to do it and they usually just end up on full strength, just running down my spine on the
bouncing
bone, on my bone, on the bone of my spine, and it's never great. But that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Massage Town instead of Pound Town. I'll take it. Hey, I'll take Massage Town any day of the week.
You take what you get at this point.
Well, let's get into this, man. Holy cow! Yesterday, Nicky Castellanos, man, what an AB, what a game, what a performance from Walker Buehler. All of it, just an incredible win for your San Diego Padres at home on Mother's Day. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Changed the entire course of my day and the entire course of my day today. Just unbelievable. We'll play the audio. We'll talk about it all.
Crazy.
We can take your calls later if you want. We tried this last week, 833-288-0973. If you want to talk about the Padres, fine. I don't care. We got 3 hours and 30 minutes left. All right. And nothing to do. Just here for you guys. So we'll be here. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. 97.3 The Fan. Benny is out still. He's traveling back from Bandon Dunes today. We will have the full recap tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing the big guy.
No game tonight.
No game
so
tonight.
We'll have nothing but time for stories tomorrow.
Just Bandon Dunes golf stories, shot-by-shot recaps, and I can't wait. I want to hear about all the food.
Are you nervous about the gifts that he got us?
No, because we kind of told him what to get. So
I didn't.
Oh yeah, I did. I told him what to get us. And
You did.
I think he came through.
Nice.
I'm excited to have him back. Welcome him back into the studio. It is weird. I go to the bathroom. I come back. I look at his chair and he's not there. I'm like, it's kind of creepy. I keep expecting him to be there this morning driving in. I was like, oh yeah, he's not here again.
It is just you and me.
It's odd. Just me and Paulie.
Just you and me in the entire building, I think.
Yep.
It is a ghost town.
Yeah, it was ghost town in here Friday too. It's cool. Like not a soul here.
Nobody.
Not a soul. I had something I wanted to talk to Adam about today. And I was like, oh no, he won't be here. We'll be here tomorrow, the three-day work week for most of the Odyssey staff. So no big deal. We'll just we'll table it until tomorrow. As far as the show goes today, got our pal Craig Elston coming on at 7:35 this morning. Talk some SDFC. Man. Normally you would say a result on the road against a really good team. Hell yeah. Great job. And maybe that's the case. But I do feel like this team could use a win at some point.
No kidding.
Instead of just a draw, a result. But again, on the road, I think that's what you take every time. Sounders are really, really good. And you manage to scratch out a draw. So we'll see where Craig stands on that. We got Dennis Lynn from The Athletic coming up at 8:35 and wrote a serious piece over the weekend about Padres prospect Humberto Cruz.
Oof.
And we need to get into that, certainly. Very, very came out of left field. Really, I had heard about this actually about 4 months ago, but the details were wrong. So I didn't run with it because the details were wrong. But I had this in my DMs that he'd been arrested.
That's not something that you run with
Correct.
Without making sure everything is extremely buttoned up. Yeah,
and so Dennis wrote about it. The story is now out. Humberto Cruz was arrested in Arizona. He's no longer part of the organization, is my understanding. Self-deported back to Mexico. He's got some sort of 5-year ban. We'll get all the clarity from Dennis Lynn from The Athletic at 8:35. And obviously we're going to be talking Padres baseball most of the morning today because this is such an interesting team. They're such an interesting team. We get to do a wrap up today because of a win, right?
2 wins in a row.
2 wins in a row. That's right. It doesn't feel like it, does
Sure
it?
does
Man,
not.
it just is so weird. Also, how about your first place San Diego Padres? I mean, again, does it feel like you're watching a first place team every night? The answer is no. It does not. But first place is where they sit. And in a results-based business, Paulie, those are the results. And it's just been so strange. And obviously we'll talk about today the play heard around the world on Friday.
I was in the house.
Yeah, Paulie was in the house. Live watched it in person. You know, there's a lot to break down about what went wrong in the first 2 games of this series. And but a lot went right in the last 2. We'll talk about that as well. But let's do we'll check traffic and then we'll do the Padres wrap up.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
San Diego northbound from the 163. It's at the limit. You're getting to the airport. You shouldn't have any delays. Passing Old Town northbound on the 5. It's clear as well.
Traffic brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. It's Cheap Chicken Monday at Vons and Albertsons. Swing by the service deli for tonight's dinner solution. Hot and ready to serve fried, baked, or mango habanero 8-piece chicken. 2 breasts, 2 wings, 2 legs, and 2 thighs is just $5.99 each. With membership where applicable. Don't miss this hot deal. Valid today only.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing. Are you ready?
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
I liked last night's game.
It's time for the
Padres wrap up.
with Ben and Woods.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
And Walker hits it in the air very deep to left field. Sheets is back to watch, and this one going to go top balcony western metal. And then it sort of ricochets down to the second deck below the video board. A 2-run homer for Jordan Walker, his 11th of the year. And just like that, the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead. Here's the pitch to Castellanos, hit in the air, deep to left field. Church is back. He's at the wall. This one gonna go! Nick Castellanos ties it up. Riley O'Brien gives up his first home run of the season, and this thing is 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth. First pitch swinging, Manny in the air to center field. Scott is backing up, gives way to Walker, who's got the great arm. He makes the catch. Laureano's tagging. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. The Padres have come back. They walk it off on Mother's Day and beat the Cardinals 3-2. Nick Castellanos, a game-tying homer with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. And then Manny Machado, a game-winning sac fly in the 10th as they come all the way from behind to win it here this afternoon.
I think we got good players that rise to the occasion, which is kind of fun to see. It's a gene that you can't teach, but some of our guys have it, definitely. And they thrive in those situations when the energy is a little higher. They're able to calm down and do what they do best.
In one of those situations by one of your calmest players, that at bat by Nick, what can you say?
Man, for him adjusting to a different role, not playing every day, and it being difficult for him, and us having a lot of conversations about that, and then him kind of embracing it a little bit here over the last couple of weeks, and then coming up with a big hit, just sticking with it, trusting us a little bit, and then believing in himself too, that he's, still a really good baseball player, and he is. And, to be able to take a pitcher like that, O'Brien, who's really, had a nasty year so far, he is a nasty pitcher, and to, hit a 2-run homer down to your last strike is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, it was the swing of the year so far for the San Diego Padres, the Mother's Day miracle, as it were. Nick Castellanos, man, coming through in such a big way. And, there's a lot to talk about with this team and the offensive futility. I before he hit the home run, I was thinking, how do you come in on a Monday and continue to talk about something that's been so bad over and over and over. And again, you got bailed out yesterday. Fine. That's fine. You did what you needed to do to split that series. And I don't think that should go uncelebrated. I mean, as poor as they played, as poorly as they hit, I think they had, my numbers are right, 14 hits in 4 games. To earn a split with 14 hits in 4 games is pretty astounding. And there was a tweet sent out by
3.5 hits a game.
Yeah, there was a tweet sent out by our pal Clark Farrenholt, who came in on Friday, writes for Mad Friars and MLB, and he tweeted this. This is pretty nuts. A lot of frustration, understandably so, with the Padres offense. However, they continue to be exceptional late in games. During high leverage ABs in the 7th inning or later, San Diego owns a 170 WRC plus. That's first in Major League Baseball. An OPS of 1.023, first in Major League Baseball, and a 349 batting average, first in Major League Baseball. That's pretty outstanding. Yeah. And again, the old adage was get a lead early and turn it over to the super pen. Well, the super pen hasn't been all that super this season. Now it's like, just keep it close. If you can, keep it 2-1, 1-0, 2-0, the San Diego Padres have a really, really good chance to win the game, because they are, in fact, based on those numbers, the best in baseball late in games. They're the best late in baseball team that there is in Major League Baseball. So that's something. I mean, that's as poor as it is, it's as frustrating as it can be to watch. I'm right there with you. I think, who was the kid yesterday? Kyle Leahy, is that right? Was that his name? Kyle Leahy?
Yeah.
I'm watching the broadcast, and I hear,
Kyle.
Yeah, I hear Mud and Don. This is the most whiffs he's ever had, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm banging my head against the wall. The Trevor McDonald diced us up. It's these guys that come in, guys with some mid to high ERAs, and Leahy, they let him off the hook early. I mean, really early. He was throwing some floaters. He was missing spots left and right. And this team just does not come out of the gate ready to score early. They just don't. And
you can't go to at the end of every game and just be like, look, you got to tip your cap to the starting pitcher.
Correct.
Because, he had nasty stuff. We say that every time the Padres lose. Hey, you got to give him credit. Like, he had nasty stuff. It's the big leagues. It's 2026. Everybody, the statistically worst pitcher in Major League Baseball, somewhere deep inside of him has nasty stuff. You don't get to that level without having nasty stuff. The pitchers already have such an advantage over the hitter, but eventually the hitters have to be better than their pitchers more often than they are right now.
Well,
because right now you're getting no hit through 5 innings.
Well, again, you saw the Chicago Cubs. There was no hotter team in baseball, none. And you look up and they went 20 innings without scoring. Now, the difference is some of those innings were against Jacob deGrom, right? Like, so Jacob deGrom comes in and shuts you out, you tip your cap. But when Kyle Leahy does it, Kyle Leahy does it, Trevor McDonald, guys like that come in and shut you down, that's when it gets a little bit tough. You're not feasting on the guys that you need to be feasting on. That sounded odd as well, but you're not in attack mode early, and you're not getting good, they're not barreling the ball. And he left a lot of mistakes up that the Padres didn't punish, because the reason they didn't punish him is because third and fourth of the lineup is in a slump. Manny Machado is mired in a slump.
Oof.
Fernando Tatis Jr., we know what's going on with him. Jackson Merrill seems to be coming out of it, and then he doesn't. Xander Bogaerts took an over the other day. I mean, it's going to happen. Xander can't carry this team every single day. So I don't know, man. Like, going after the weak links of rotations is what this team needs to do. And the series that they'll play next against the Milwaukee Brewers, you better win Tuesday. You better win Tuesday night, because you got Big Miz on Wednesday, and Big Miz isn't playing this year. So you want to get that first one ASAP. You got to manage that game. If you're Craig Stamon, like, we have to get this first one, because Mizorowski is in game 2. He's been unbelievable this year and seemingly getting better with every start. Put up one of the craziest first innings you'll ever see last week, where every pitch was over 101, I think.
Jesus.
So, yeah, that doesn't bode well for this Padres team as it's constructed. So I do understand the frustration with the offense, because I feel it too. They feel it. It's very palpable in that clubhouse. Manny said it. I was reading AC's newsletter. Manny said it over and over. He's like, we've got to hit. We get it. We have to hit. We are not hitting, myself included. Like, got to get the job done. Manny is the one that gets the sac fly yesterday, but he had like 4 opportunities to bust that game open and didn't do it yesterday. So,
yeah,
credit to them for.
I mean, he still put up an over, I think, yesterday.
Credit to them for their resolve, for their fight, for their battling. And
I mean, Walker Buehler gives up one bad pitch, serves up one bad pitch.
Yep.
I don't think the ball has landed yet. Jordan Walker, oh my God, He hit that. But like, outside of that, Buehler had a great start.
He was fantastic.
And
man,
for the bullpen to be able to come in and keep them at bay and just keep it, 2-0 was huge, massive.
8 games over 500, tied for first with the LA Dodgers. I did not think we would be here. And if you, in fact, Kevin had a really, really good start to his article. This kind of blew my mind when I read it this morning. I will find it in a moment.
Thought you had it ready.
I thought I knew where it was.
You said it was at the start.
I'm looking, but it's not there. I think I'm reading the wrong one. I had it, Paulie. I was so dialed. Here we go. I got it. Nope, I got it. Here it is. This is nuts. So they are 5th in Major League Baseball win-loss. They are 28th in average. They are 27th in OPS. They are 20th in runs per game. And in ERA, they're 16th. So middle of the pack pitching, near the bottom in all offensive categories. How many teams in baseball have ever won 24 of their first 40 games while batting no better than .223 and having an OPS no greater than .667? No one since 1901. Since 1901.
Wow.
Now, the Oakland A's in 21, they were 24-16. Their batting average was .219, but they had 12 more home runs, and they had an OPS 30 points higher after their 40 games. So what he says is what they've accomplished is, to say the least, unusual and unsustainable. But it's done. These wins count.
Yeah.
These wins are banked. They have banked these wins. They cannot take these away from you. So I would love to see everything clicking on all cylinders. I shudder to think what this team could look like if and when that happens. But again, at least they're coming through late.
Yeah.
And they are. They're batting .273 in late and close situations, 5th best in the major leagues, 4th in the majors, with 73 runs scored in the 7th inning or later, and have outscored opponents 28-3 in the 9th inning, the most runs and the greatest differential of any team. They are cardiac kids. They are as clutch as can be in the later innings. But man, it's a tough watch.
To this point, I don't know that anybody would say that that's sustainable. That is not a recipe for success over 162.
No, it's definitely not.
And I think Saturday's game was actually even more indicative of all of that,
Yeah.
those numbers, because you look at the box score, you miss the game, you look at the box score, like, what was it, 4-0, I think was the final. Hey, pretty good game, but like, my God, they had been no hit through like 5 or whatever up until that point. They got going once they got going, but up until that point, you go, I think they had gone 9 straight innings between the end of Friday's game and the start of Saturday's game without being hit, like without getting a hit at all. And I like, it was putrid up until, they get a little bit of a rally and the bullpen shuts the door. Padres get the win. But my God, when was the last time the Padres just jumped on a starting pitcher and then didn't look back, didn't cough up the lead or tie it up immediately in the next half inning?
Yeah, they won 4-2 behind
4-2.
Randy Vasquez, who was outstanding.
Yeah.
Randy was outstanding. Walker was outstanding. I mean, those two guys stepped up in a huge, huge way. And obviously Nick Castellanos, kind of the hero of the weekend. This was one of my favorite post-game interviews ever done. I'm not just saying that because Sammy works here and I love Sammy like a brother. I'm not just saying that. I'm saying it because it was a really well done job by Sammy and a really well done job by Casty. Very thoughtful answers. And I can go without ever really seeing the post-game interview. It we've seen it so much. Like, hey, what were you looking for on that pitch? Well, something to get a good swing on. I thought this was so well done by Sammy and Casty.
What an incredible at-bat in that bottom of the 9th inning. You fall behind 0-2. You work the count back full. How were you able to get your pitch to hit?
I think just kind of relaxing, not trying to do too much, really. And first and foremost, seeing the baseball before I made a decision.
This team has been so good at coming back in games, finding ways to win games. To you, what's been the biggest key to that collectively as a group?
First off, I'd say I don't think chemistry is overrated. We really get along with each other genuinely, and in those big moments, we're really pulling for each other. There's not that many people that are already starting to think about the next day or like who's pitching tomorrow or things like that. We're doing a pretty good job of staying present in the 8th and 9th, which honestly is something that you shouldn't take for granted.
You're still adjusting to this new role where you do come off the bench on a day like today. What's allowing you to have success when you do get those opportunities coming in later in the game?
I mean, I think it's just the more I do it, the more I'm going to become familiar with it. It might sound strange, but it's a little bit like speaking a foreign language, like coming into a baseball game that's already going. Because when you start a game, like you start and you can kind of feel the rhythm and get in, and get into it. Coming off the bench, I have a lot of respect for guys who have made their career doing this, but it's not easy.
Finally, Nick, you're a Miami guy. Manny Machado wins it with a sacrifice fly. What does it continue to be like playing alongside him?
Manny, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm enjoying each and every day. Watching him, how he goes about his business, how he handles being, Manny Machado in San Diego, right? Like I know kid Manny from South Florida, but he handles it all in stride. He never gets too ahead of himself. It's really impressive how he just kind of lets his whole world come to him.
Nick, congratulations on a tremendous moment in front of a great crowd on this Mother's Day. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Fantastic stuff by Sammy.
Really good.
Fantastic. And the thing that I took away from it is chemistry. Chemistry cannot be underrated. These guys do get along. They do, and it is important. And to hear, we're not worried about tomorrow, because I can totally get that where you're like, we suck today. We're not hitting. Got another game tomorrow. I actually got an off day tomorrow. Let's just pack this up, pack it up, reset the batteries. We'll get out to Milwaukee, check into the Fister, and get after it, against Milwaukee.
Fister? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, boys are waking up in the Fister right now.
Ooh, they spent the night in the Fister.
Spent the night in the Fister.
Fister? Yeah, absolutely.
Never a bad night at the Fister.
Absolutely.
100%. And so I love that. I love that he said, you can't underrate the chemistry that we have right now and the fact that everybody's pulling for each other. And so many guys have gotten it done. So many different guys have done it for this team. It will be awesome when our superstars start hitting like they're capable of. I look forward to that very, very much. And I know the rest of you do too.
Well, you said it earlier. I believe you called that the at-bat, the home run, the swing of the season, up until this point.
Yep.
So what better time than now for one of our favorite things? That was a moment, I would say. I save all the Padres moments throughout every season Some seasons have more files in them than others. And the 2026 folder already has
getting
quite
full,
a
man.
few moments. So I've got all the calls of Nikki C. Is that a thing? Castellanos' home run to tie the game yesterday. You heard it in the wrap-up. We'll play it one more time. Here's Jesse Agler right here on 97.3 The Fan.
Here's the pitch to Castellanos, hit in the air, deep to left field. Church is back. He's at the wall. This one, gonna go! Nick Castellanos ties it up. Riley O'Brien gives up his first home run of the season, and this thing is 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth.
Great call right there from Jesse.
As usual.
I expect nothing less. I was watching on Padres TV. If you missed it, here's Don Orsillo.
In the air to deep left field. Back goes Church. Looking up. Gone! Game tied! Nick Castellanos ties it up 2-2. Now that is an AB.
That was an AB.
Incredible AB.
We have the Cardinals call. Pretty good, actually.
Really good. Chip Carey?
Yeah.
Again, we try with a full count.
So good.
High fly ball hit to left field. The game is tied.
That's all he needed.
That's all you need.
What is it's got like he almost sounds like a honk almost. Like
Yeah.
But it sounds
high fly ball hit to left field.
So good.
High.
And then of course we wrap it up with the great Eddie Ortega, as we always do.
3-2, dos out, lanza, palo, al izquierdo, puede empatar el juego, fuera la bola,
Wow.
sí, a la calle, vuelven los Padres, se empató el juego en la novena con 2 outs y en 3-2, Nicolás de Hialeah, Castellanos, ra, ra, ra.
Absolutely outstanding.
So
we are so blessed with everybody that broadcasts here in San Diego for our Padres, and they've given them plenty of moments, man, this year already. Like you said, the file is already getting full, way more full than it's been
Not only
before.
put good moments like walk-offs, game-tying home runs. If I put bad moments in, Friday night sure had one.
Yeah, that would have been the worst one. Interesting perspective that I found from that play from Fernando Tatis Jr. We'll talk about Saturday. We'll talk about Friday. We'll do that all next right here. 97.3 The Fan. Stamon Woods. play the best Castellanos audio of the weekend. Of course we're going to do it. We're going to do it and don't do this.
All anybody wants to talk about right now.
We're going to do it and don't do this. We're still trying to confirm a couple of things, but I think we have a general idea of what happened post-game. Pretty funny story. Casty breaks his bat, needs a bat. Someone throws him a bat. It happens to be Fernando Tatis Jr.'s bat, and Casty hits a home run. And I have a friend that told me years ago as I was complaining about my bat. This bat sucks. It's not bad. He's like,
it ain't the bat.
It's not the arrow, buddy. It's the Indian. And I said, you're right. You are right. 100%. You can give, who's the bat? Give Xander Bogaerts your bat from your bag. He can get a knock with it, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Conversely, give you Xander Bogaerts' bat.
Doesn't mean I'm getting knocks with it. Exactly. That's exactly right. Not the arrow. It's not the arrow. It's the Indian. I tell my little leaguers that as well. You don't need a $7,000 bat. You have to, in order to hit, you're going to want to swing it. It doesn't matter how much it costs. So I thought it was a very ironic scene that happened, and obviously some funny audio. Some funny audio came of it after, certainly. But let's talk, Paulie, about Saturday. And which was, again, nice win, really, really nice win. Mason Miller with an incredible eighth and ninth inning came in for the 4-out save. Ended up getting 4 punches in the ninth inning, which was made it a little bit dicey, but they got the job done. And again, splitting this series, it was like a walk on water miracle. I could not believe it. As poorly as they played, as much as they didn't really execute in a lot of facets of the game, they managed to scrap and claw and fight, get on that plane, head to Milwaukee with a split. That split felt like a huge win after the first 2 games.
I mean, it's been the Padres' recipe for winning, unfortunately, all year long. It's been how many times? Starting pitcher goes, call it 5, gives up 1 or 2 runs, but the offense has 1 hit.
Yeah.
Hasn't had a runner past second base all game. And then the bullpen comes in and it's, 2-1, 2-0, or they keep it in there. And then, the team's able to rally towards the end and everyone goes home happy, but it doesn't mean that it was an enjoyable watch for the first, hour and a half of that game.
No, the watch has been tough. And I think, what we've belabored the point enough to where when a team's 4th and 5th starter is coming in and they're setting records against you. He's never gone this far in a game, and he's never had this many whiffs in a game. Right. That's a problem. That is a problem. So I don't know how you fix it. If I did, I wouldn't be here. Said that many times. Guy yesterday tweeted at me, at what point do we fire the hitting coach? And it makes me want to put my head through the wall. It really does. Well, their approach is wrong. All right. Can we be honest with ourselves as fans for a moment? I'm not telling you how to fan. I'm just asking you to be honest with yourself. Do you think that the Atlanta Braves approach is different than the San Diego Padres approach? I believe the Braves are carrying the #1 offense in baseball, if I'm not mistaken. Is their approach different? I can promise you guys that it's not. I promise. You know what the approach is? See a mistake, punish a mistake, hit the ball hard, good things will happen. That's my approach with 8-year-olds. That's going to be my approach with 9-year-olds. It's going to be my approach with 10-year-olds, and on and on and on and on. It's always going to be the approach. This isn't Josh McDaniels coming in and installing an entirely new scheme for hitting. There's no scheme you can install.
Right.
There's not. The closest thing you can install is, hey, we're a small ball team. That you can install that. Hey, we get a runner on first with nobody out, you're bunting him over. We get a runner on second with nobody out, you're bunting him over.
We've seen plenty of that.
Plenty of years. We 50% more than any other team last year. Okay, so we've seen that. Don't know that that's the answer, even though I'm seeing a big resurgence in bunting this year. There are teams that feel that giving away outs is a smart strategy. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it works in October. Maybe it does. Putting pressure on defense in this day and age, maybe it does work. But I've never been in favor of giving up outs with my best hitters. If you want to do it with the bottom of your order, fine. But the approach for the San Diego Padres is the same approach as the Reds, the Yankees, the Braves, the Dodgers. It's see a mistake, punish a mistake. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's certain pitchers on days you go and you go, be aggressive on this guy. This guy likes to get ahead with the fastball, so be aggressive.
I mean,
and sometimes you don't execute, and that fastball that you swung at was the right decision. It was the right process, but the result wasn't what you wanted. And what they're saying now, and it makes perfect sense to me, and it always has, stop worrying about the result, keep focusing on the process. But with the Padres, people are saying the process is wrong. I see them offer at these mistakes. They're just not executing on them, and the result is not good.
And even when they do execute, the results aren't good.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is sometimes. And I know nobody wants to hear that, but yeah, I sincerely doubt that Steven Souza Jr. got the job as Padres hitting coach and decided, hey, you guys, let's let every starting pitcher get into a real rhythm.
And
let's
own
not
us.
make him work. Let's not capitalize on him. Like, I don't think that's what's going on here, even though that's how some people feel.
So somebody in the chat, here we go. Turi Jime says, I agree, but at what point is a hitting coach not doing their job? How do you know when a hitting coach is not doing his job? Well, I guess when they don't hit. But this team hasn't hit consistently through
like 4 hitting coaches.
Maybe 14 hitting coaches, Paulie. For real. I mean, for real. Like, do I know? We got to sit down with Souza at spring training, and I left there very impressed. Basically, not because I was sitting with, oh my God, this is like Ted Williams. No, Steven Souza Jr. was not that great of a hitter in the big leagues, but neither were 99% of hitting coaches. I liked his energy. I liked the organization in which he came from, the organizations which he came from, the Dodgers, the Rays. They do things the right way. He's implementing something.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked to this point in an offensive explosion, but it has worked to a point in that this team has won some ball games.
Yeah.
I don't know that he is going to take a lot of credit for those 24 wins, but I don't know that he should take a lot of blame for the losses either. I tend to put it on the players. I don't think you need a coach to tell you, hey, man, you see a mistake, punish it. They know that. They've been doing that and trying to do that since they were 8 years old, right? So
it's pretty much been a years-long issue with the Padres.
At least.
Like, it has nothing to do with who's...
Be honest with yourself. The next time you run to Twitter and say, this team's approach sucks, be honest with yourself. It's the execution. It's not the approach. The approach, unless they're going up there standing and watching, getting an 0-2 counts every time, that's an approach that's terrible. Oh, cool. I'm in a pitcher's count every time I hit. There's going to be those games where that happens. You're not seeing it well. You're getting hosed on a couple of calls, whatever it may be. But I think overall, the overall philosophy is focus on the process of putting good swings on it and trying to punish mistakes, and good things will happen. Now, they hit the ball hard. They do. This is a team that hits the ball hard, harder than most so far. And their BABIP is low. Like, again, they should be better than they are. So I think trusting the process is the worst thing you can say to a fan. I don't like when people tell me to trust the process, right? So I'm not telling you to, but
it's very gaslighty.
It's very gaslighty, but I'm telling you right now, like, that's what they're going to tell you to do, is to trust the process and hope that Jackson and Manny and Toddy and Xander continue, to come through. That's really it, man. That's really what it boils down to. And
that's how we felt all the last season, with the small ball mentality. Like, that was a strategy that was implemented into the offense, and that's one where you go, I don't agree with the process, but all I can do is trust that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, third hardest hit rate, third lowest BABIP in baseball. It's crazy. It's crazy. Panadero says, just hit it where they're not, buddy. If they could do that on command, my friend, that would be great. The Satan's Blowfish said the process is, for Tatis at least, he should stop trusting the process right about now. That process is not bearing fruit, has enough evidence that it's unlikely to change. Yeah, for Toddy's a different story entirely.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
He's an entirely different story. He is in his own head as bad as I've ever seen anybody be in their own head. And I think, again, the way that it's perceived with Fernando Tatis Jr., you'd think he was hitting 130 right now. He's not. He is actually helping you win some ball games. In fact, he got a ass-out knock. He hit it where they ain't on Saturday, and he won you a ball game with 2 RBI. He absolutely did.
I thought his at bat towards the end of the game yesterday, where he drew the walk, ended up drawing a walk, but he squared around a bunt, and he had the one that almost took his hand off.
I was so mad when he
I was
squared,
screaming at the
bro.
TV.
I was so
because
mad.
Look,
That's an unconfident player, man.
How many times have you told the stories of how good of a bunter you were in high school because you hated having to hit and come up clutch and put the team on your back?
Scared to death.
And he had that moment, and you to know that Toddy is down so bad right now that he's squaring around a bunt. Maybe he was told, maybe he was. I don't know. But I never want to see Fernando Tatis Jr. squaring around a bunt. Even with a guy with his speed who could easily beat out any bunt, it just looked weird. And then to see that bat go flying out of his hands, I thought he broke a finger for sure. And I hated it. And then he works an amazing, comes all the way back and works a walk in that at bat.
Stamon said he put the bunt on. So Craig,
okay,
you're in my crosshairs. Right,
we'll get you, Craig.
I'll get you in
week and
2 weeks with some really bad connection on the phone.
Talk to you in 10 days, Craiger.
Josh says, but the approach is bad. We don't get to starting pitchers, and a lot of that is because you aren't seeing guys work counts. How many times have our leadoff hitter swung at a first pitch to start an inning? Yeah, man. Again, a leadoff hitter comes up and he sees a fastball that he thinks he can do damage with. He does it. He takes it. And I agree. I look up too many times. I'm like, we're in the seventh. This guy's got 61 pitches. What is happening? Like there's going to be those nights. Now, if you can get your head around, Josh and everybody else, and me too, if you can get your head around what happens on those games when the guy comes out and he throws that first pitch fastball and it gets spanked for a double. Then he tries to get ahead again and that gets spanked for a single. That's going to happen. Is that the right approach then? So that's the right approach. Again, you're missing the point. It's execution. It's not results. And it's basically, it's the right approach if it works and you score a bunch of runs. And you're going to have those games where it absolutely does. Oh, my God. You hear it all the time. Oh, my God. You guys jumping on the first pitch. It's 4-0. It happens. It happens. It happens. And I think you just have to, unfortunately, you have to ride it out. You have to ride it out and you have to let these guys hit their way out of it, which is why I was so upset on Saturday or Friday, I'm sorry, after the play. The play heard around the world. Bases loaded, JJ Weather holds up, hits the ball to Fernando Tatis Jr. in right field. Toddy goes aggressively after it, missed it. Checked up on him, took a funky hop, whatever. He missed it. He missed the ball. Doesn't matter what happened.
Even if it went right under his glove, he missed it.
And it goes to the wall. He goes to get it. Little League grand slam inside the park.
I hadn't seen one of those in person before.
Our lowest moment, right? Can I share just a tiny bit of a moment that happened with me? I'm laying there in bed. My son, Bo, is in the crook of my arm as he usually is, and we're watching the game. And it happens, and I hit it with it. Oh, my God. Classic me. I hear my son, under his breath, laying on my shoulder, go, "Oh, it's okay, Toddy." Just like that. And I went, ooh. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. My son loves that guy. He loves watching him play. He has since he was born. One of his favorite players. And he goes, "Oh, it's okay, Toddy." Just like that. And I went, that's the right attitude. That's it. From an 8-year-old, from the mouths of babes. It was a horrible, horrible mistake. It sucked. I hated it. At the end of the day, he's a human. He's going to make a mistake. Listen, you can say all you want. Like, you got to go harder for that ball. Okay, I'll give you that. Fine. Yeah, you got to go harder for that ball in the outfield. Kerry Carpenter did the exact same thing happened to him the very next day in Detroit. Same thing. You're so mortified. You're so embarrassed that just happened to you. Yeah. That you're so pissed. And in his mind, he knows who's on. He knows who's running. He knows he's toast. He knows it's toast.
As soon as that ball got by.
As soon as it gets by, you're like, I'm done. I'm dead. And so, I'll give you that.
I would agree. Yeah, even if it's just eyewash.
Even if it's just eyewash. Run like you're
sprinting after it. Saw a lot of opinions about that play. Bro, I was there and in a spot at the game. We were up in a suite. It was kind of hard to really follow and pay attention. Like, I left the game though, not going effing Tatis. You know what I mean?
Ruined it for us.
Like,
we got one hit.
I was so much more upset that we had one hit all night.
We had one
all night long. I'm
one
like,
hit,
bro.
That's all we got.
Everyone's flipping out about that ball getting under his glove and Weatherholt coming around to score. And I'm like, you think Weatherholt's run is the one that mattered, like in that game? Look, Padres
we're already down.
Padres rally and they end up losing by 1. Okay, sure,
Fine.
let's have that conversation. But like they had nothing going that entire night. I was much more disgusted with the offense as a whole than one play later in the game.
Yeah, it was tough. It's a tough look. You hate that it happened, man. You hate that it happened. But man, my 8-year-old gave me the most perspective that he has. He's given me a lot of perspective over the years, and it really softened my heart when he said it, because he didn't say it to me.
Right.
He said it to him through the television. He did. He did not look at me and say, "Dad, that's okay, right?" No, he goes, "Oh, Toddy, it's okay," just like that. And it really was the sweetest thing. And I was going to tweet it that night, but I realized, nope, that'll get me killed. I saw what happened to Ben when Ben hit him with true or false. But I've been thinking about it since it happened. I'm not giving up on a 27-year-old named Fernando Tatis Jr. That's just me. That's how I'm going to choose to fan. I think he's got a lot of great baseball in him.
I agree.
I think he's got a lot of great baseball in him. I really do. I think he's got a lot of great baseball in him, and he helped you win 2 ball games the last couple of days, as he has. He's been a part of every one of those 24 wins. Every single one of them, he's done something. And I know he's scuffling, and I know he's not hitting home runs. And I know that's what everyone is looking at him to do. And I'm one of you. I want it to get over with so badly I could scream. But he just hasn't yet. So I'm going to keep riding for the guy, because I think there's still great baseball in that kid. I really, really do. So that's my soapbox. I love the perspective that my son gave me, and I always appreciate that.
Got Don't Do This coming up real quick. Ben and Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We got a few directions we can go for Don't Do This today.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've got a rookie manager here. They got a rookie manager in San Francisco. We like comparing the mistakes of the rookie managers so far. This is a good one from Tony V.
One of the managers has been on Don't Do This like 3 times already this year.
That's
One
right.
hasn't.
One hasn't. That's true. That's because we're homers, Paulie, obviously. And then we'll play you the audio. Play you the audio of what happened post-game. Again, it always comes back to Fernando Tatis Jr. We'll do that next. It's Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this.
Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
Thank you, Benny. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, buddy. It is time for Don't and Do This. And yeah, rookie managers, man, they'll do things that'll make you, shake your head, scratch your head, scream at the TV. You idiot. Why did you do that? Just like my wife has said to me for many, many years. Tony Vitello had a couple of those moments this year, certainly. This was a good one. This is a really, really good one. He's going to make a pitching change, and the guys in the bullpen, Paulie, have no idea who he wants. They've got a lefty up and a righty up, and he goes out to the mound. And we're going to play the video too, but the audio of it is fantastic. I promise.
There we go.
Tony Vitello, the rookie skipper, right out of college, University of Tennessee, and to the big leagues. A little bit of confusion. J.T. Brubaker, the former Pirate, and Jesse Chavez in the middle there is the bullpen coach. He's trying to figure out who do you want. Matt Gage is the lefty.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
you're the former Pirate.
Got it now.
But you see, the camera's showing the bullpen, and there's three guys with their arms in the air.
Cruz coming up.
Jesse Chavez is the bullpen manager.
To say lefty. Yeah, you figure it's going to be the lefty.
Is that Abreu?
Cruz.
He's like, one of the players is waving his arm instead of Vitello. Adames is waving to the bullpen. No, he said the righty.
Lefty.
Or lefty.
Yeah, lefty.
It was an absolute...
Tony V is standing there, just like a deer in headlights, hands in his hoodie.
Yeah.
And he's just like standing there. But the best is Jesse Chavez, long-time pitcher. I think he pitched in the big leagues for 76 years, Jesse Chavez.
Brubaker, the former Pirate. Yeah. And Jesse Chavez in the middle there is the bullpen coach. He's trying to figure out, who do you want? Matt Gage is the lefty.
The arms are out, like spread wide.
I don't know why the audio
it's all janky. Yeah. But the arms are out wide. Like, who? Which one? Righty, lefty? He never signaled. Which happened, look, it happens. Maybe Tony was like, guys, it's Oneil Cruz. I'm obviously going to bring in the lefty. I have no idea what the explanation was behind it. But listen, there is no bigger fan of Tony Vitello than me today because the Giants take on the Dodgers. I think he's a brilliant manager, and I think he can out. There it is. Who? Which one? What do you want? It's fantastic stuff.
Oh, my God.
It's fantastic. So, yes, go Tony V. Go kick some ass. Playing the Dodgers this week, and we're all on your side. We're rooting for you. I think you're brilliant at what you do. So go out. They've already played the Dodgers really well. I think they've taken 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 from them this season. So we are all on Tony V's side tonight and the rest of the week, certainly. All right, so we've done some research on this, Paulie. I haven't been able to confirm it yet. Okay, yes, I just confirmed it. So Nick Castellanos yesterday hits the massive home run, the Mother's Day miracle. And he had broken his bat, so he walked up. He did not have another bat up in the bat rack. It was all, all down his locker.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't have one. Throw me one.
I thought that, this is taking longer than usual.
Yeah.
The guy usually breaks a bat.
Yeah.
Bat Boy's already on his way out.
He's got it dialed in.
Grab one of his other
puts
ones.
a little stick him on there and goes to town. They literally throw him one. He catches it. And he's like, thank you. Turns out it was Fernando Tatis Jr.'s bat. And so after the game, he did his post game with Sammy, which was brilliant. And then he's in the locker room and they're asking him about it again. And I think it's our pal Derek Togerson, Seals PA announcer, that asked Cass this question, trying to lighten, keep it light and break some balls in the clubhouse.
We all were thinking.
Yeah, we were.
Are you going to let him do the end of it? You hit a home run with this bat before he did?
That's rude.
Oh, sorry.
Are you going to let him do the end of it? You hit a home run with this bat before he did?
That's rude.
Are you going to let him hear the end of it now that you've hit a home run with his bat and he, before him? Casty, who's just terrifying, says that's rude. That's rude. So we'll keep that.
That's
clip.
a drop.
That's rude.
That
is a drop.
That's rude.
Now, so here's the funny thing, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Paul. But I saw people responding to it, tweeting, Ben would never. And I thought to myself, you don't know Ben.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
I could picture him asking that question with his smarmy little laugh. I could see it in a second. Couldn't you?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And so when people were like, Ben would never, I'm like,
it's low-hanging fruit. But I promise you, he would have been thinking.
How can I be pithy?
How would he say it? He would say it like.
He would say it just like that.
Yeah,
I think he would say it just.
I keep thinking about
like
Paul Rudd in "I Love You, Man" when he's like, "That sounds about as appetizing as a big as a plate of dirt or something." I can kind of see Ben going, "You're gonna let Toddy. You're gonna make sure that Toddy never hears the end of that because you're gonna hear the end of it."
Yeah,
right. I can kind of see Ben saying it that way.
Yes,
but I promise you, the engine would have been moving in his brain.
I thought, look, I had no problem with it. I thought it was funny as hell, and I thought the response was funny as hell. And now we got a drop out of it, so I have no issue.
That's
with
rude.
It. That's rude. I love that though from Nick.
Yeah.
Too like, hey, come on, man. I'm gonna go pile on a kid that's already dying every single day. The guy's hair's probably falling out. Yes, I'm going to go pile on him for that. Now, if it's Gavin Sheets and Jackson Merrill, I think that that's an okay question to ask.
What were Merrill? Did you see Merrill's quote after Saturday's game when Toddy had the ball go under his glove? Yep. And it was something, I don't have the quote right in front of me, but it was something along the lines of, I'm not worried about that guy.
He's
absolutely not. He went aggressive. It didn't work out. He's going to show up tomorrow. He's going to mash, and we're fine. No problem.
These guys like each other, and I think people hate that for some reason. We're finally seeing a clubhouse that we really want to see, and guys riding for each other. All right, and then finally for do this.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
Our man Don Orsillo is a consummate professional. And how cool was it to do this? We were all tuning in on Saturday to watch the game on Fox. And
we sitting there the whole night on Friday going, oh, and the best part of this one hit terrible loss on Friday night is you get Joe Davis tomorrow calling the Padres game. Because I just assume.
I assume too.
Fox broadcast, West Coast.
Fernando Tatis and the PED suspension. You were waiting for it.
It's not the first time that Don's called the Padres for a national game, whether it's Fox or TBS, but I am shocked that anytime the Padres do have one of those primetime games, why not just have Don Orsillo? He's already employed by the broadcast.
He's in the building,
by the network.
Dude. He's down the
street. Just make him do it. He's pro enough to be able to be down the middle.
Well, speaking of pro, listen to his call of Manny Machado's home run.
On Saturday night?
On Saturday.
Gorman, Wynn, and Church scheduled for the top of the ninth. High drive to deep left field for Manny Machado. Sajazi is back, and that is gone. Manny Machado with a solo shot. Gives the Padres some breathing room. Now on top, 4-2.
That would have sounded very different on Padres TV.
That's exactly. And you have the Casti call from earlier, from yesterday when he hit the home run. Listen to the stark difference in Don. I mean, that's how you know Don's a pro.
In the air to deep left field. Back goes Church. Look it up. Gone. Game tied. Now Castellanos ties it up. 2-2. Now that is an AB.
Professional. He's a professional broadcaster, ladies and gentlemen. We're lucky to
We don't talk to Don nearly enough
he doesn't,
to where I can remember to bring stuff up like this.
I know.
I would love to know, how difficult is it for you on the national broadcast calling the Padres to just be like, I got to stay down the middle. I got to stay down the middle. I got to stay down the middle on every big moment.
I mean, look, dude, the F word is every other word out of my mouth when these microphones are off. You know it. You know it to be true.
Oh, yeah.
When the mic's on, you got to be a little different. You have to do it a little bit different. So not that I'm putting myself in the same ballpark as Don Orsillo. I'm not. I'm just saying power of the microphone, knowing the situation, very, very important. I don't want to cut into any more of Craig Elston's time. I'm going to talk to him next.
Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Again, don't want to cut into any of Craig Elston's time, so we will talk to him next here on Ben and Woods.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Welcome back, Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. A lot of Padres talk this morning. I like that. I like Monday mornings come in, chat some Padres baseball, but want to talk some SDFC. We will do so with our pal Craig Elston of the Cromaniacs podcast. He also of Padres Hot Tub. Want to talk to Craig? We will do so right after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
National City 805 northbound from East Plaza Boulevard. It's a slow commute past Market Street due to police activity. Brake lights will continue to the 15 interchange.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
And joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking, it's better, is our pal and yours, the great Craig Elston. Good morning, Craiger. How are you, buddy?
Great, Woodsy. Hope you and Paul had a great weekend.
We did, man.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice Mother's Day weekend at the Woods home, and very peaceful indeed. You had some Padres baseball sprinkled in there, some of the wilder games of the season so far, Craig, but we should be getting used to that by now. But I wanted to start, as we always do, with SDFC. And I said earlier in the program, I've been told a result on the road is a great thing against a really, really good Seattle Sounders team. You get a result, you come home, and you're good to go. I feel that this team is in such desperate need of a win
in most worlds, like that's a great result. You go, you're happy with that.
But see, Craig is the pro, so I need you to tell me how I should feel. Was I right or was I wrong?
Look,
is it cope?
Two things
is it just massive? Is it massive cope when you have the result on the road?
Two things can be true at once. The first is indisputably that pulling a result at a Lumen Field, where the Sounders haven't lost in like 20 straight matches, is a great result. Even if this team was in good form, if the team was playing really, really well, for them to get a result out of Seattle would have been a good weekend. So that is true. The Sounders had not scored fewer than 2 goals in any home match all season, and SDFC held them to 1. So that's good. It can also and equally be true that this team continues to drop points after the 75th minute and continues to turn wins into ties and ties into losses. And I believe my Cromaniacs colleague Alex Pena said those were the 8th and 9th points that SDFC has dropped 75th minute or later in a match this year. So, I mean, that's a lot. That's the equivalent of 3 full wins, that SDFC has left on the cutting room floor because of late concessions. And this is a pattern we're seeing now, right? Early on, get that goal, feel good, don't really add to it, withstand. But boy, at the end of the game, it felt like the Sounders goal was inevitable.
Yeah.
They were just rushing in form down the floor over and over. And frankly, the fear was that a second one was going to go in. There were a number of chances for it. And then, of course, SDFC gets the best chance of them all literally in the final 10 seconds and couldn't put it home.
The anti-Padres, if you will, right? Like the late inning magic, disappears for SDFC. The late inning magic has been what's carried the San Diego Padres to 24 victories seemingly this year, Craig.
It's unbelievable.
It really is.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Again, I'm in the process of repeating something I'll say on my show, and I said on the post-game show last night, this team has the pitching staff of a 95-win team and the offense of a 70-win team.
Yeah.
And right now, it's been pieced together enough that it's worked out.
But the clutch, they have the clutch of a World Series winning team. The stat that I read earlier that Clark Farrenhold tweeted out, 7th inning or later, the San Diego Padres this year, first in Major League Baseball with a 170 WRC plus, an OPS over 1,000, first in Major League Baseball, and a 349 batting average, first in Major League Baseball.
7th, 8th, or 9th inning.
7th, 8th, or 9th inning. It's insane.
Yeah. Just like everyone knows is totally
sustainable,
normal, and a skill, an acquirable skill that you can hold over the course of a season. Yeah, no, this is absolutely nuts. And to me, the best way that you can look at it, the first half of the season, is trying to figure out who you are as a team, trying to figure out your form, and banking wins while you're doing it. And the Padres have banked wins. I mean, we're at the 40-game mark now. They've won 24 games. They've done the job. They're playing on a win-loss record like a playoff team. They are hitting like a last-place team.
Yep.
And they will not make the playoffs with Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. and Jackson Merrill and Gavin Sheets and Ramon Laureano all having the worst years of their career. They won't make the playoffs. That's easy. Everyone should be able to understand that. And equally to understand that the idea that how these guys are hitting at the 40-game mark is going to be how they hit at the 160-game mark, that's just as crazy, as saying anything else. Obviously, these players are due for a ton of positive regression. I'm personally a little bit tired and feeling like the script writers are kind of getting lazy with their Manny Machado, season right-throughs of, we're going to wait to some arbitrary midpoint and he's going to be terrible up until this arbitrary midpoint and then he'll be great the rest of the year. 1 year it was June 19th, it's May 11th now. So when does the switch flip and Manny goes from being a cipher in the middle of your order to a guy that you're going to count on game after game? Tatis, he hit a fly ball yesterday.
Damn close.
To left field. That's the most encouraging thing I've seen from him in 2 months.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So, let's see where this tracks. They're obviously not fingers crossed, going to all finish with the worst years of their career, you'd expect that would lead them to be in a more comfortable position, Woodsy, in the middle of the season, because I do think that the team's pitching has been a little bit stronger than you might have thought, especially with Pivetta and Musgrove out. So, they've held it together this far, and they've got the opportunity to stitch together a real team behind the win-loss record.
Yeah, no question. Talking to our pal Craig Elston here on Ben and Woods this morning. For me, I think the most frustrating thing of all, and this has been for a couple of years now, man, and I'd need to go back and look, and I won't. Somebody might, but I won't. I don't have the time or really the know-how to do it. But the pitcher with the 4.5, 6, 7 ERA, absolutely carving up this team, in the first 5 to 6 innings. You're watching it almost every game. You're hearing, oh, he's never had this many whiffs in a game before, or he's never gone this deep into a ball game before.
Say career high in strikeouts
It's maddening. It's the killer instinct that, you look for in a team that's like, hey, man, this is going to be good hitting today. This guy's got a 5.6 ERA. He's, a year in the league. He carves these guys. I mean, just carves these guys, and it happens way too regularly. So when we talk about approach and things, I kind of got on a soapbox a little earlier about, hey, man, the Braves have the same approach. You see a mistake, you punish a mistake. They're just not executing. They're not executing the process, whatever it may be. The results aren't there right now, even though, yes, and I know we're all tired of hearing it, they are hitting the baseball very hard. They have a low BABIP, whatever. Like, it's supposed to turn around at some point.
Yeah, and, the BABIP talk is, it's understandable. It's not wrong, but like a hard hit fly ball right at the center fielder, I'm not like, oh, you were so unlucky.
Yeah.
That's baseball. Those are the type of things that pitchers need and expect, is to get some balls that are hit well that are converted into outs. But the whole season's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
First off, I just want to give credit to Jackson Merrill, because when they moved him into the leadoff spot last week, my initial reaction was, whoa, do you want to do that with this guy, given that he had a career 6% walk rate and was chasing at almost 40% out of the zone? But it appears that Jackson decided to cater to his role, that he was put into the leadoff spot. He realized, I can't go up there and make a first pitch out every single time and be Al Martin in 2000 and just first pitch ground out to start the game. So he's now taking pitches. He had a couple of wonderful at-bats over the weekend, including one to lead off a game, an 8-pitch walk, where he took something down in the dirt on 3-2 that he would swing at most of the season. So Merrill is doing something better. Machado and Tatis are in their own basket. They are basket cases, and I don't know what's going on. Gavin Sheets is a guy I'm low-key worried about.
Yep, and Laureano too.
Yeah, because last year, Gavin Sheets was such a pleasant surprise. But if you look at the 3 seasons before that with Chicago, when he was a negative WAR player every year, they looked basically exactly like what he's done through 40 games of this year, hitting in the 2/0s with occasional light tower power. And you can't have that hitting fourth when everything else around it is struggling. So, there's little things, and this is going to be coming from the craziest possible Padres source right now. Maybe Nick Castellanos needs to play more right now. Like, I'd be looking at any options to try and create a sustainable offense right now for the San Diego Padres, and I would not be precious about players in their roles. So if Casty's going to heat up, I want to see him get a chance to turn this into a more productive offense at DH, or maybe left field theoretically. But like Stamon, I think, has done a good job of this so far. We were wondering if he had stopped being flexible. Then he switched his lineup last week. He needs to keep doing it and keep tinkering until he gets to somewhere that works.
I saw somebody tweet, he runs this team like a little league team. Everybody gets a chance to play. And I'm like, I think that's the way that it works these days, man. Honestly, like using what you have, trying to get the most optimized lineup every single day makes sense. And it's got to be hard for Stamon and whoever else is helping to make those decisions, because what do you do when no one is going really, really well? Like when everybody's hitting well, easiest job in the world. I'm the best manager. I know exactly what I'm doing. When guys start to falter and when 4, 5, 6, 7 guys start to falter and there's ones in front of 3 guys' names in the starting lineup, yeah, man, it's a tough gig to figure out. I think you got to mix and match and play those numbers. And I think Craig's done a pretty good job of that. I mean, again, tied for first place right now. You don't hang the banner in May, but man, it could be a lot worse with this offense.
And I'll tell you what I'm looking for this week, Woodsy, is this fascinating dynamic that's taking place on the other side of the clubhouse where Lucas Giolito coming.
Right.
You know, like everyone knows he's around. He's a shadow now in the clubhouse, sombra in the corner. And each one of these guys is showing us they don't want to let go of the brass ring
100%.
and give up their spot. Walker Buehler pitched so well that he really kind of started to change my mind.
Me too.
In terms of like, okay, if you're going to pitch like that, you should be in the rotation 100%.
Welcome.
Right?
No kidding.
Always loved Walker Buehler, by the way. Always.
Right? Always. Forever. You know, the way Waldron pitched with an opener.
100%.
However, his last time out was terrific. And if they're going to throw him tomorrow, they better use an opener again and give him a chance. So if he pitches well again, then you're like, okay, well, you could kick one of them into the bullpen and let Marinaccio go. Oh, no, he just threw 2 perfect innings, you know, in the 7th and 8th. So I really like that aspect of what's going on with the Padres, that they've got a lot of guys that know that they're fighting for their gig and they're all trying to excel in order to get there. But Giolito's going to take somebody's spot. And I don't think they're going to keep Matt Waldron in a long relief role. I don't know that for sure, but I think it's going to be really interesting. And I think the Padres, quite frankly, are benefiting from that race because everyone recognizes that there's a job on the line and they're fighting to avoid elimination.
Thank you, brother.
Craig,
well said. We got to run. Appreciate you, Craig Elston. Right up to the wire. halfway home on a Monday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. We are anxiously awaiting the return of our beloved Ben Higgins from Bandon Dunes. Ben from Bandon Dunes.
Bandon Dunes.
Will be returning tomorrow with 158 holes under his feet and his belt. I hope his corn is holding up. He had his corn, what was it?
Shaved off?
No, but what was it called?
Debrided?
Debrided. He had a corn debrided last week. He shared with us. We share a lot on this program. We do.
Probably too much.
Probably too much at times. I know I'm guilty of that, certainly. My microphone is falling. Yeah, water machine's down again here at the Odyssey Empire.
Sounds like a case of the Mondays.
I really have like a quarter left, and I drink about 2 gallons of water per show. That's about the only healthy thing I do these days. Can I say that I think baseball cards probably have ruined my routine?
How so?
Well, I used to go to the gym every day after work. Now I go home and play with my baseball cards. And that's been a streak of about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yep. And my diet's gone I bring it up.
Trainer's like, hey, bro, where you at?
Yeah. I bring it up because today is National Eat What You Want Day. And I have been celebrating that for about 2 weeks now of eating what I want. I was on such a good streak and so locked in, and diet was on point. And then it just falls away. It just flies into the wind. It's just gone.
Like a wrapper from a Topps package of cards.
Just floating away on the breeze. And
oh man.
And I don't know.
Got the new Bowman's coming out this week.
I know. Got ready this morning for work, and I went into the kitchen and I made some creatine and was like, hey, I'm going to go today and I'm going to lift weights. I don't care if it's for 15 minutes. I'm going into the gym because I feel in such a bad headspace. I feel so much better when I do work out. So much better. I've never left the gym feeling terrible. I always leave feeling good. But like, I don't know, man. I get off the show, I'm tired, and I know I've got some time to myself, and I haven't been sleeping well. And so I go home and I'm like, I'll just play with my cards for a while till the kids get home or till Hannah gets home. And that's what I do instead of lifting weights, trying to stay in shape. You know, we may have another kid coming. I got to get my S together is what I'm telling you. But I was looking back over like my DoorDashes for the last 2 weeks. It's the most embarrassing thing you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's not like all Mickey D's and stuff. But it's
more the frequency.
There's a lot of them. And it's a lot of crap. And things like this I used to really, really beat myself up over it. Now I'm like, I'm just going to start fresh, man. I fell off the horse. I'm going to get back on the horse and ride it again.
Have you ever, my wife, she deleted DoorDash from her phone.
Paulie, do you know how many times I've deleted DoorDash from my phone?
It somehow magically gets its way back onto your phone though.
Man, you get those kids come home and you're like, it doesn't help that every time I cook a meal, no matter what it is, I cook a meal, I put it down in front of both children, and they go, not this.
And that's genuine. It's not even just to piss you off.
It's maybe both, but the rage that goes through my body, my neck is seizing up talking about it. Both. It doesn't matter what it is. They sit down, I put a plate of food in front of them, they go, and so I just assume get them something that they'll eat. It's just the hardest part of being a parent, honestly. There's a lot of hard things about it, but feeding them is really number one. But that's neither here nor there. I have to look long and hard in the mirror and say, get your head out of your ass, essentially. Because again, today, for the rest of you out there, the rest of you listening right now, you've been on a good routine, whatever. Today is National Eat What You Want Day.
It's also Hostess Cupcake Day.
So it really goes hand in hand. For me, I'm not going to eat what I want today. It will be the first day in 2 weeks that I haven't eaten I ate Chinese food in the middle of the day on Saturday, like a full succulent Chinese meal. In the middle of Hannah was asleep after her surgery. I ordered Chin's Chinese, beef and broccoli, ate the whole thing with the crispy wontons on top, murdered it, Paulie.
I've never been there, but I know a lot of places, like Chinese takeout especially, it's like you order one entree is like meant for like 3 meals. Do you eat the whole thing?
I ate the entire container, the entire thing of rice, and the entire bag of wontons, and I sucked it down, washed it down with a Sprite. And I just was like sick. I was sick of myself. Sick of myself.
I'm trying to think what I ate this weekend.
Yeah, Chris, at least you had broccoli. Yeah, smothered in soy sauce and brown sauce and covered in fried fat.
What kind of brown sauce is that?
Super healthy, dude.
Jesus.
So I just have to I got to get it back on, man. And I'm going to be tired, hosting without Benny. I'm going to be tired today, but I'm going. As soon as I leave here, I'm going straight to the gym. And I'm going to lift until I can no longer lift anymore. And then I'm going to try to do it again tomorrow. And I'm going to eat something healthy, some ground beef and rice. And I'm going to have some fruit and some vegetables. I'm going to get it right because I'm telling you, man, I fell off the wagon hard, bro. Hard.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, I got a compliment on Friday night. It was my buddy's birthday, 50th birthday. Happy belated, Todd. And he rented out one of the Padres suites. So we were at the game for that turd loss on Friday night.
That's a tough one to spend sweet money on.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my old trainer. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh God. Oh no.
In trouble?
My old trainer. Get back to the gym. What the heck? Got to prioritize your health and fitness.
How did you gain all the weight?
365 days a year. Oh man, I knew it. Knew I shouldn't have said anything.
And but anyways, Friday night, one of my buddies that I used to play basketball with, he hadn't seen him in a few months, and he goes, "Dude, you look amazing. Like, have you lost some weight?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm down like 15, 20 pounds probably overall."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What have you been doing?" I was like, just not eating like terribly. And then honestly, I was like, since we got our new dog, who is a puppy and needs a lot more walks and energy,
get a little more exercise.
Live on the 3rd floor of a building with no elevator. So, 3 flights of stairs, 5, 6, 7 times a day. All of a sudden it starts to add up. And I'm feeling better. I said, one of my favorite jokes to make when somebody knows about our show and what we do.
Yeah.
Because he's a listener. And I go, yeah, I'm down like 15, 20 pounds overall, but I just don't say it on the radio like twice a day in a live read.
Still make a big production out of it.
Some people have to just, tell the whole world how much pounds they've lost in 40 days. But, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Some of us are just built differently.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I need to
Nobody likes a bragger.
Exactly. I need to get back on the train. I get so many, coaching and practicing with the kids and all that. Like I get a lot of steps and my average has gone up. I just haven't gone to the gym.
Charles has it right here in the chat. He says
saw
meth is great for losing weight.
Not doing meth.
Just do that, Woods.
Holly. So on National Eat What You Want Day, what would you eat?
Eat what I want, like kind of your death row meal.
Yeah, today. Today is the day you eat what you want. I want to eat something healthy because I haven't in 2 weeks.
You know what I want? I haven't had one in a while. I don't know. It's not even like my favorite meal by any stretch, but I've been jonesing for a good pot roast.
Fantastic.
Love it.
It's fantastic.
But I'm going to have to make my wife make it. She's a much better cook than I am.
Is she? Yeah. I put mine in the crock pot. It's kind of hard to mess
slow
up.
cooker.
Yeah. National Eat What You Want.
That's what I'm jonesing for right now.
I'm going to eat some ground beef, some grass-fed ground beef, some rice, and some vegetables. And I'm going to wash it down with some water and see how that goes for a couple days. I'm going to treat myself like I'm on, like I'm being punished. I'm going to punish myself. I have eaten like a slob, and it's the not working out too. Like you can eat poorly if you work out. You eat a little more poorly. They say follow the 80-20 rule. I've been following the 90-10, the 10-90 rule. 10% healthy, 90% crap for the last 2 weeks. I don't know what it is. It just something happened. And I do blame baseball cards a little bit because I do feel the pull, the gravitational pull when I'm off the air to like, I got stuff to do. I'm going to go home and like mess with those.
As much as fun as it would be to just make so much money.
Hold on. Where'd you get that water? I can't tell you. Will you get me one?
Yes.
Thank you.
Attaboy, Johnny.
Desperate over here.
It would be great to make so much money that I could easily provide for all of the indulgences that I want and the vices that I have, baseball cards being one of them. Fortunately, that's not the case. Living here in San Diego, you do have to kind of pick and choose at times where your money's going to be spent. Not using DoorDash so that I have more money for baseball cards has been a way of kind of solving that problem.
Yeah, man. With what I've paid in DoorDash the last 2 weeks, I'm not joking. I could have a private chef. Like the one that I've seen at like Manny Machado's private chef.
Yeah.
I could hire her.
You could have got
easily.
You could have got a case of hobby boxes.
Bro, we ordered Outback the other night on it was like $100. And I'm like, why?
Bro, and you know, you're ordering for 4, even if 2 of them are small children.
Yeah, but one of them doesn't eat anything but quesadillas. So.
But like, bro, my point is, even when it's just me and Megan, if we order out or order in, I should say, like, there's no way it's less than $100 now.
Yeah,
and you're just like, you know, that used to be like with tax and a fee and everything. And you're like $55-$60. You're like, all right, it's both of us dinner. We don't have to go anywhere. That makes sense. Now you're just like, hey, do you want, Megan, the other day, like she goes, hey, should we get Thai food? I'm like, I love Thai food. I love that spot in particular. But after DoorDash, after the fees and a tip and 45 minutes, minimum, I'm like, it's like $130. I'm like, do we really?
God dang, how much food do you guys get?
No,
for
like
$130.
It's expensive Thai food. It's like $25 a plate, an entree. And then if you
4
get
plates,
no, you get but if you get an appetizer, or something, we usually get like some wontons or something to split.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I gotta clean it up. I got to clean it up. There's just no two ways about it. I said it on the radio so that I'll hold myself accountable today to go to LA Fitness and do something. I don't care if it's 20 minutes. I got to do something. It's crisis point. So for the rest of you guys, enjoy National Eat What You Want today. I shan't be doing that.
But you will be eating.
You
said you want to eat healthy.
I'm craving like nutrients.
Yeah.
My body is screaming at me for nutrients. Yeah. No more Jersey Mikes after the show. No, no more. No more. Got to clean it up, dude. That's what I'm going to do right now. All right. Thanks for listening to me rant there.
Hey, real quick, by the way, I don't think we've teased it.
Oh, no, we
yet.
have not.
We do have Dennis Lynn coming up at the bottom of the hour. We're going to play Take on Woods before that, but we also have a pair of Padres tickets to give out every morning this week. You're going to call for a chance. Not right now. Do not call right now. We're going to give them away later in the show, but we do have a pair of tickets to Padres versus A's on May 22nd.
Why don't we use the Nick Castellanos drop?
Ooh, we can do that.
Yeah.
So the next time
you hear this, this time.
Don't call right now.
Don't call now.
Don't call.
This one doesn't count.
Do not call.
This is a sample.
That's rude.
Perfect. So you hear that later in the show. You call in 833-288-0973, and you will get tickets to the Padres game. So make sure you listen.
May 22nd, that's going to be a Friday night.
Nice, beautiful.
Friday night game. I believe that's Star Wars weekend, too.
We got Take on Woods coming up next. We only have one category left because somebody went on a golf vacation and didn't leave us with a bunch of categories. So we have one category left. That's what you get. That's what I get.
Couldn't he say, well, you guys knew I wasn't going to be there. You could have just made another category. And I'd say, you're absolutely right. We could have.
But
we didn't.
That's his bit.
Yeah.
So
we don't want to step on his toes.
I'm not trying to step on his toes here.
So you have one category. Should I even say what it is?
I don't know what it is.
All right.
So
you get one category to choose from.
Yep.
But call now, 833-288-0973, 288-0973. We'll try to get a contestant and Take on Woods. That's next. Dennis Lynn at the bottom of the hour.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, play.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so it's swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Thanks so much, Benny. We've got Padres insider Dennis Lynn coming up at 8:35. But first, let's do a little take on Woods. We got a contestant?
We do.
All right.
You get out of here.
I will.
All right. We're going to try to host this last game without Benny here. Solo, we're playing Take on Woods, and it's brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We've got you, or they've got you. And let's see who we've got today. I believe we have a prior contestant here. Is this Roger?
Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Roger, how you doing, my friend? You calling for Take on Woods?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see if we can get you qualified for our grand prize. If you beat or tie Woods, you will qualify for a chance to win this month's Vegas grand prize. It's a $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas, the home of legendary Vegas fun. Now offering the breakaway from fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit, 2-day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and $0 resort fees. Special rates starting at $89 a night. Book now at westgatelasvegas.com. Roger, are you still there? Like you stuck with me through all that?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm good.
We'll try to get you the $500 gift card. Now, Roger, you typically are a music category guy. Unfortunately, we have one category remaining on the board, and it is not music. So you are going to get the movie category, okay? Are you going to be okay with that?
I think we'll muddle through.
All right. So we are looking for 5 movies whose titles all follow the same pattern. The category is called What the F, Ben. So every movie will have the word the followed by one word, and that word starts with the letter F. The blank starts with an F. You got it?
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
I want to make sure you follow the rules. So it's two-word movie title.
Yep.
The blank. The blank starts with an F. You tell me. So we're going to start with a 2-second clip here. All right. Roger, are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. 60 seconds on the clock. We'll start with the 2-second clip. What the F movie category. Your time begins right after I play this clip here, Roger.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
The Fugitive.
That is correct. John Goodman plays Fred. Rick Moranis is Barney in which
The
1994?
Flintstones.
That is correct. In the most successful film adaptation of a John Grisham novel, Tom Cruise stars as a Harvard grad who gets a job working for corrupt Memphis lawyers in which 1993 film?
Pass. Come back to that one.
All right. Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick, and a Komodo dragon are at the center of which well-reviewed 1990 crime comedy?
Oh my gosh. I got to pass on that one too.
All right. Number 5, scientist Jeff Brundle, played by Jeff Goldblum, begins to
Fly.
That is correct. Let's go to in the most successful film adaptation of a John Grisham novel. Tom Cruise stars as a Harvard grad who gets a job working for the corrupt Memphis lawyers.
The Firm?
That is correct. Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick, and a Komodo dragon are at the center of which well-reviewed 1990 crime comedy?
Dang it. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, that was The Freshman, but you did get 4, The Fugitive, The Flintstones, The Firm. You missed The Freshman, and you got The Fly. 4 is pretty good. I think that might actually hold up. Let's bring in Woodsy here. There we go. There's a lot to remember to say to host all these games. Different liners, prizes, going through Ben's categories.
Big
all
guy
that
comes
fun
back
stuff.
tomorrow. All off the hook.
We already told him, hey, you need 3 new Take on Woods categories, so enjoy that flight home.
As he's flying home from Bandon Dunes, yes. All right, what do we have
All
today?
right, we've got a movie category today.
Last one in the coffers.
Yeah, we'll have a whole new set of TV, movies, and music beginning tomorrow.
Cool.
But you get a movie category. We will start with our 2-second movie clip. Roger's score is locked in. Are you ready to take on Roger?
Yes.
All right, time begins after the clip. Good luck.
I didn't kill my wife.
Oh, The Fugitive.
I don't care.
That is correct. John Goodman plays Fred, and Rick Moranis is Barney in which 1994 film adaptation of a beloved cartoon series?
Pass.
What? In the most successful film adaptation of a John Grisham novel, Tom Cruise stars as a Harvard grad who gets a
The
job.
Firm.
That is correct. Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick, and a Komodo dragon are at the center of which well-reviewed 1990 crime comedy?
Pass.
Scientist Jeff Brundle, played by Jeff Goldblum, begins to transform into an insect in which 1986
The Fly.
remake. That is correct. John Goodman plays Fred. Rick Moranis is Barney in which 1994 film adaptation of a beloved cartoon series?
Fred Flintstone. The Flintstones.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And Marlon Brando, Matthew Broderick, and a Komodo dragon are at the center of which well-reviewed 1990 crime comedy?
Something with an F. F the Taint.
No. That is incorrect. You were looking for The Freshman. Roger
Freshman.
also could not get it. You both got 4, though. And 4 is good to qualify for the grand prize.
I'll
Well
take
done,
that.
Roger.
Just like SDFC, baby. I
Yeah.
will take that every single time.
A draw gets a result.
That's right. Got a result again.
And we have a result. We have qualifier.
Yeah, we do. Excellent work. Everybody wins today on Take on Woods. All right, we will take a break. We will come back. Dennis Lynn will join the program. Going to talk to him about this crazy Umberto Cruz story.
And real quick, let's just get one more in.
Ben Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how.
Oh, yeah. Fun stuff.
All right, we'll be right back. Ben Woods, 97.3 The Fan. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben & Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Thank you, Benny. Benny will be back tomorrow. We got the great Dennis Lynn, Padres Linsider for Ben & Woods, writes for The Athletic, and wrote a story he probably didn't think he would have to write this over the past weekend. We'll get into that and more.
Gnarly.
It was gnarly after we checked traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
San Diego, westbound 94 car crash. 25th Street causes delays to E Street. 805 on-ramp northbound from 94. The on-ramp is brake lights for a mile until 15.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Got miles ahead? Make sure your car's ready. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car, done fast. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
Happy Monday, Padres fans. It's time to discuss the weekend that was for the Padres with our Ben & Woods Linsider, Dennis Lynn from The Athletic. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
And joining us now on the SDCCU fan hotline, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It's better, is our pal and yours, Dennis Lynn. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Woodsy. How are you?
I'm doing well. I saw your article about Humberto Cruz, and I want to get into that for a moment. I had gotten a DM back in maybe December that something had happened and reached out to some people that I knew. They didn't know anything about it, but it was different. At the time, the person that tipped me off to Humberto Cruz getting into some trouble said it might have been drug-related. That was not the case at all. This is probably not an article, Dennis, you thought you'd have to write this season for the San Diego Padres. Can you fill everybody in on what happened with Padres number 5 prospect, Humberto Cruz?
Yeah, or any season, really. I don't think it's a story.
Yeah.
You expect to have to report on and write, but yes, just briefly, he was signed out of Mexico in 2024 for $750,000. Came from the Diablos Rojos, so obviously there's some Padres connections there already with Alfredo Harpelou owning that team. But yeah, excuse me, he was a really promising prospect, and I guess you could still technically say he's still a promising prospect, but. Yeah, things are on hold for a while now because he was, according to court documents, caught, transporting undocumented people within Arizona near the border. And according to this criminal complaint that was, I guess this is back in October, that's been pulled up. He said he was responding to a social media ad, to transport people for $1,000 a pop. And he waived his Miranda rights and kind of admitted to the whole thing. And then, he's a Mexican citizen with a work visa, and he self-deported, from what I understand, not too long after that incident last fall. So, after you get deported, and it's like a standard 5-year minimum before you can get back into the country. Wow. So, for all intents and purposes, his Padres career is probably over, unfortunately.
Yeah, I read the part too, and so, I mean, I guess, are we to imagine or believe that he's, in Peoria and he's working out, doing his side work and going to the trainer's room, doing whatever he has to do, and then sees an ad and is like, hey man, I can make $1,000 pretty easily just by driving people around. He kind of admitted to, like, oh, once I picked them up, I knew they were that I
probably shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be doing it, but he did it anyway. Was this, Dennis, a case?
He wasn't picking up people and like driving them around for Uber.
Right. Yeah, which he absolutely could have done, I guess. But was this a case of like a minor leaguer needing money, or what? Like, what can you glean from it?
There's more to the story. I'm confident of that. We'll see how much more comes out. But I think, first of all, we should know, you guys probably saw, he underwent elbow surgery in September. So he was rehabbing. He's going to be out for this entire season anyway, most likely. So he probably had a lot of time on his hands. And again, he signed for $750K. In the past, several years ago, used to be that these like Mexican League signings, and he was, part of, again, the Diablos Rojos before he signed with the Padres. They get like a large percentage of your signing bonus. But I think several years ago, they changed the rules. So where it's like actually the team, pays an extra release fee on top of that. So, he should have been getting most of that money, at least in the signing bonus. But as you all know, with young kids, you never know exactly like what decisions are made in professional baseball when they suddenly have a lot of money. $1,000 per person to kind of risk your entire career, which you ended up, losing at this point. For now, we'll see. That doesn't seem like a smart price to pay, but we don't know all the trail of decisions that led up to this point. So yeah, unfortunate for him, he got caught doing it, and yeah, it's a big blow not only for him but for the Padres because, as we all know, it's not the most the deepest farm system right now. So he had to pay the price, and so did the Padres.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's a sad story all around. I thought you guys did a great job of covering it. You can go read it in The Athletic. It's our pal Dennis Lynn who joins us now, and watching this baseball team day in and out, Dennis, and following along on social media, and having the voice of the fans here sometimes, them kind of reaching out constantly. I mean, you'd never know this team was in first place. I kind of agree with it, though. I mean, 24 wins is a lot of wins to this point in the season, but holy smokes, man, they're getting it done in really unconventional ways that don't seem super sustainable at this point.
Yeah, and I guess that's a credit to the type of baseball the Padres play in the late innings and the fact that they seemingly never give up. Whether that's sustainable, like you said, how scientific these winning methods are, we'll find out over the course of a long season. But it's also kind of crazy to think it's already been a quarter of the season. They already have a dozen comeback wins. Literally half their wins are comeback wins. A lot of them kind of like a seventh inning or later because they're not doing anything against starting pitchers. Even I know early in the season, the excuse, if you wanted to call it excuse, or the reasoning was, we're facing a lot of good pitchers. Tarek Skubal, for example, Paul Sneans. But now, like yesterday, Kyle Leahy, I'd never heard of that guy before yesterday. And that guy shut him out for 5 innings. They got close, a couple of times to getting to him, but they're just not doing anything in these, first 6 innings. So I think, some credit should go to Craig Stamon for keeping a steady ship. But you also wonder how many wins they've left on the table so far, even if they've gone, quote unquote, lucky, because this offense is basically a bunch of, 600 OPS guys right now and Xander Bogaerts. So also credit to Xander Bogaerts for carrying this team.
Yeah, we'd be a little bit lost without Xander, and I think you'd have to give a lot of credit to the pitching staff too. And we had Craig Elston on earlier, and he was talking about it, how they've just been holding it together. And you do feel like you're in most games, but the offense can certainly lull you to sleep for like the first 5 or 6 innings. It's a tough watch right now. I've got people calling for Steven Souza Jr.'s head, but I remind them that, this happened under Victor Martinez and it happened under Berdar and
Rodriguez.
Sorry, I keep saying Victor Rodriguez. Totally different baseball players. It's been a thing here in San Diego for years now, Dennis, the inability to be a really consistently top 10 offense. And, it's not for a lack of spending money. Certainly they've spent the money. I don't know what to attribute that to.
Yeah, look at what Victor's hitters are doing in Houston right now. I know the Astros aren't too hot right now, but their offense is. Yeah, they have no pitching, but their offense isn't the problem. So I don't think it's the hitting coaches. There's been, I think, 4 lead hitting coaches over the last 5 years. So maybe if they had kept some of these guys around, some of these guys would be hitting better. Just having different messaging every single year. And
right.
This was asked of Craig Stamon over the weekend. Is Fernando, and I know a lot of the attention is rightfully or maybe unjustly, maybe a little point going toward Fernando because he's not the only problem in his offense.
No.
But yeah, the question was asked: are there too many voices for him right now? And Craig basically said, yeah, that can definitely be the case. And it's also me. I'm part of that too. I'm trying to keep him mentally in the right spot. But there's just there's a lot of coaches and a lot of voices these days for all these guys. But guy like Fernando, who's such an emotional player, kind of rides the highs and lows, and I think he did a good job yesterday, taking some very mature at bats. Not trying to do too much, taking a couple of key walks. But yeah, there's a lot going on when you have so many coaches and so many years. These people like in your ears just. Yeah, maybe the coaches aren't the answer, but I also don't think they're the problem right now.
There's an echo effect happening right now on Dennis's audio that was amazing. You sounded so cool there. It was echoing. Is Dennis still with us?
Yeah, he should.
I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was crazy. Well, we're gonna have to play it back after. You're gonna die when you hear it. It's incredible. Why did this happen?
I don't know.
We've had since Ben has been gone, Dennis. We've had so many problems with audio. It's not even funny. We had Stamon on Friday, and I wanted to ask him some of these questions, but his phone kept cutting out.
Yeah, he was calling from the moon.
And we had to cut it short, and now you've gone into full echo. That was
You're good now. You're good. It's nothing you did. Dennis.
That was fantastic. I completely lost my train of thought. talking about the voices, right? It sounds so good, Dennis, when you're like, man, we've got this and this and this, and we got this guy, and he's good, and he can do this, and he can game plan, and this guy loads the iPad with every AB, and the too many voices in his head. I constantly see, he needs his dad here, he needs his dad here, and it reminds me of a quote that's been making the rounds on social media from maybe a year ago. I guess Fernando Tatis Sr. said, "Do you think you're a good hitter?" to Fernando Jr. And he said, yes. And he goes, well, you're not, because you don't hit 300. And that kind of, I would imagine, would get in your dome a little bit if you're Fernando Tatis Jr. So I don't know who the right person is to get through to him, but I do know this. He's been a part of all 24 of those wins. He's helped you get there. Like, he's a big part of it. He's still contributing to wins. He's not Anthony Rendon as the fan base paints him out to be sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too nerdy on you, I know Saris, who's much better at this.
That's
stuff,
our guy.
Like, I was just looking at his expected weighted on base average, basically, his quality of contact, and over the course of this season, and he's got the second highest in that category expected weighted on base average on the team. After Ty France, as we all picked.
Yeah, we all knew that was coming.
Yeah, so he's making really solid contact. We all know that he's been hitting the ball hard, but he's not getting rewarded for it. And yes, a lot of that's his timing and where he's catching the ball and whether he's pulling the ball and all that stuff. But yeah, to your point, was he his dad? I do think of that quote too. Like, last season, like when Fernando said like his dad told him he's not a good hitter. And I was talking to Steven Souza just a couple of weeks ago, and he said, yeah, there has been a emphasis. He wasn't pointing out like this came from Fernando's dad or anywhere in particular, but he's like, yeah, there was an emphasis in the offseason on letting the ball travel more, kind of using the middle of the field or hitting it the opposite way. And I think that all plays into it. Yeah, maybe that was partly his dad, but yeah, he's just tried so many different things. You wonder if he just maybe kept it a little more simple. And he's very much an old school guy for a 27-year-old. And that's also, a credit to his dad, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point, is that, he's not looking at these nerdy stats that we look at.
Yeah.
He's probably looking at exit velocity. That's about it. Talking to some players in that clubhouse, expected slugging percentage is a big thing that they look at. I don't know if Fernando looks at that, but right now all he sees is the 0 in the home run column, and he's clearly pressing to try to change that, and hasn't been working. At this point, you kind of wonder if he's even going to end up with like 10 home runs this season.
I know.
So it's pretty crazy. I don't know what to say.
Can I say this to the dads out there? If your son asks you if he's a good hitter, tell him yes. All right. Hitting's hard enough. It's hard enough without we dads out there telling our kids they're not good because they don't hit 300 at the big league level. Like Fernando Tatis Sr. was a good hitter. I'll take Junior every day and then some. And so would every other team in baseball. So, that can get in somebody's head pretty badly. Dennis, we thank you for your time. Your echo will live in Ben and Wood's lore forever, just so you know. Paulie's probably going to come back with it here in a couple of minutes. Wait till you hear this. It's incredible. So thank you for your time. Great work on the recent article, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
bye.
brother. Thank you. That is incredible. Incredible. Holy cow. Do you have it? Or do we need to wait?
I don't have it saved, but I think I know what happened. I think something just got unmuted, and if I press this button, it might happen again. We'll find out.
Do it.
Testing.
1, 2, 3. No. It was like it just switched. In the middle of his, it was like, yeah, somebody said like the Lou Gehrig today.
I consider myself.
Wow.
It was also the timing. Like
the timing was
about
perfect.
Too many voices.
Yes, and he was like, hello. It was unbelievable. I have no idea. I've been in radio 15 years. I don't know why some things like that happen. I don't think it was his phone. I don't think it was his computer. I have no earthly idea.
It was something I did. I was not messing with stuff. I was just working, and just like something got unmuted. Your computer will run an ad or something, a YouTube ad or something randomly, and we're like, where's that audio coming from? It was kind of like that, except it just
so good.
It caused the echo effect. Like if you get two cell phones too close to each other, that's kind of what it sounded like. It was like bouncing off of each other.
It was one of my favorite moments of all time, and it completely threw me for a loop. Completely. He was in a good groove talking about something great, And all I could do was picture the echo. So when we have that for you guys, we will bring it back. I do love talking to Dennis Lynn, man. He's in there every single day, got his finger on the pulse. And, I think with Toddy, I can't wait till it's over, man. Oh my God, I can't wait till he just gets the one. I think I just saw a stat, Shohei even has gone 101 ABs without a home run. And that's got to be brutal for him. Cal Raleigh, my fantasy catcher, he's dying right now. And I mean dying. There's some really, really good hitters around baseball that are struggling right now. Those are three good ones right there I just named. Yeah. Cal Raleigh, Shohei Ohtani, and Fernando Tatis Jr. But at least they got one. They got one on the board. And it's just like, if you can get that one.
Oh, I thought he had it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Raleigh's hitting $160. He's like 0 for his last 40 or something. Like, Toddy's not that. He's not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. What is happening right now in the game of baseball?
No, I think you said it. He is still contributing,
yes,
and helping his team win.
Correct.
It's not what we signed up for or expected.
No, not what we expected, but I'm riding with the guy, man. 27 years old. He's here for a long, long time. I'm not buying the trade. And again, for all of you wanting to get rid of him, like you are saying in my DMs, get rid of him, ship him out. He doesn't want to be here. I don't buy that. Yeah. I know he wants to be here, and I know he wants to do great for this franchise. But, at some point, you have to call it like you see it right now. It's just he's not getting the job done.
He's down bad right now.
He's down
I don't
bad.
remember who said it, where I saw it, but I did see something along the lines of, hey man, like I get it. Everyone's upset, but you're too reactionary. Yeah. Everyone is, it's what have you done for me lately? I will still argue that like last year, Fernando Tatis Jr. was a great player.
6 WAR player last year.
He was a 6 WAR player, MVP votes. He just didn't have the 40+ bombs that we wanted.
That's it.
Everything else was good. This year has been terrible for him, at least offensively. And somebody said, man, it's like one bad, call it 6-week stretch right now is where we're at.
Yeah.
Out of a 13-year contract.
Yep.
A month and a half out of 13 years.
And again, if you really think about it, why trade him at this point?
The lowest
with the
value.
lowest possible value, right? So, all right.
Grindel report next.
Grindel report. Can't
Let's get weird.
Yeah, that was so awesome. I mean,
just give me like 30 seconds.
I love Dennis, but how do you make Dennis Lynn better? You put an echo effect on his voice. I think we should frankly do it to all of our guests. Welcome back. Ben and Woods 97.3.
Our whole
The
show
Fan.
would just sound like you're on mushrooms.
It literally was like, what just happened? Like something kicked in. It was crazy. Ben will be back tomorrow. Try to get this ship back on course. It hasn't been too bad. We got an hour left of the program today.
Okay.
And all right, Paul, you got it. This is it.
Did a good job yesterday, taking some very mature at bats. Not trying to do too much, taking a couple key walks. But yeah, there's a lot going on when you have so many coaches and so many years. These people like in your ears. Just, I think yeah, maybe the coaches aren't the answer, but I also don't think they're a problem right now.
There's an echo effect. Fantastic. It was perfect.
There's a lot going on when you have so many coaches and so many years.
Yeah.
So many coaches, and
so many years.
In so many years.
And so many years.
Yeah.
Dominic, he broke into the safety dance. The safety dance.
S-A-A-A-F-F-E.
That was phenomenal.
There's a lot going on when you have so many coaches and so many years. These people like in your ears.
Commendatory. Love this new Tame Impala song. Yes, just perfect. These are perfect.
You can dance if you wanna.
It's so dare I say best of moment. I'd like that saved, Paulie, because I would like to hear that again for many, many years. At least a promo or something out of that. Let's get to some Reindl report though.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
Maddie says in the chat, it was perfect. Can you hang a sound file in the Louvre?
Can you?
It was so. We've never won a Marconi Award, but I believe that we would deserve one.
I agree
for that.
I have to agree.
And we didn't even do anything. It just happened. Brilliant. Take it away, Paulie.
All righty. Let's see here where to begin. We'll start off in Major League Baseball. Believe it or not, after 3 hours, there's still a couple of stories we haven't gotten to. We had a trade yesterday in Major League Baseball.
2 days ago, I think.
2 days ago, over the weekend. The Guardians and the San Francisco Giants. We talked about the Giants and don't do this for their manager not signaling to the bullpen which arm he wanted. But off the field, the Guardians acquired Patrick Bailey, the Giants catcher, and in exchange for left-handed pitcher Matt Wilkinson and a 2026 competitive balance round A pick. So the draft pick and Matt Wilkinson heading back to San Francisco, Bailey to the Guardians. I don't know much about Matt Wilkinson, but I do know ESPN said they give the Giants a B+. Moving on from Patrick Bailey and acquiring that arm.
Yeah, he said he was a little bit surprised. He said, but at the same time, you can see the writing on the wall a little bit there with my time. Listen, there's been a million things that have come out since. When your president of baseball ops is a Hall of Fame catcher in Buster Posey, I'm sure he has higher standards. And I know defensively, Patrick Bailey is exactly what you're looking for. Offensively is where he needed some help. Now, I found it interesting that he went to Cleveland, who has Austin Hedges, another defensive wizard, light-hitting defensive wizard. I don't know how it's going to work. They had to send down Bo Naylor. They said it was incredibly difficult because they love Bo Naylor, but he wasn't getting the job done offensively either. I don't know what they're going to do, but the rumor mill now around the Giants, Paulie, is pretty active, and it's that they are looking to unload contracts now. They are looking to get rid of Devers. They are looking to get rid of Chapman. They
Sellers already. Wow.
Sellers already. They are looking to get rid of Robbie Ray, who's going to be their he's going to be a free agent after the season. Some team will come calling. And it looks like the Giants may be here on May 11th, maybe ready to punt the entire 2026 season and see what they can get for some of these guys. Logan Webb, his name has even been mentioned, which is insane because I think he's got 3 years at a pretty reasonable rate left for him. So tough times for the Giants organization, certainly. And I thought that trade was interesting. And
I was surprised to see it. I was like, that's
me too.
early.
It's early, but one of the craziest. Okay, this is one of the craziest things I saw about it. So they had a series that they got bodied in pretty good, and Patrick Bailey was the catcher. Vitello and his staff, Paulie, were trying to get Andrew Bailey's attention.
To
switch.
Yeah.
It was FP Santangelo who calls games, I think, for the Giants or does radio or something. He's involved with the team. He said, I talked to Vitello and I talked to so-and-so. We were trying to get Bailey's attention to change it up because these guys were sitting on split finger and they were barreling him. And we kept trying to get his attention, and he wasn't paying attention to us. Now, I don't know if that was being willfully disobedient or if he was like, if he didn't hear them, if he was just locked in on the game. So, you start putting 2 and 2 together, him saying, yeah, the writing was kind of on the wall. They have 2 other catchers. They have 2 other catchers that they really like that are, I think, more. It's tough, man, because the guy won 2 Gold Gloves. Like, he knows what he's doing behind the dish, but they want more offensive pop from their catching position. They have 2 younger guys that they think can get the job done. So shipped out to Cleveland. There it goes.
He gone. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball, sad one. We have a shout out to his family as Bobby Cox, the longtime Braves manager, passed away at the age of 84.
Yep.
And I just thought, man, I was born in 1990. He had already gotten a lot of those wins before I was even around.
A lot of those ejections,
but
too.
My God, the Braves of the 90s were just one of those teams, man, where they just dominated every year. They get one, right?
Got one.
Just one.
Just one.
With that staff, it's crazy. But
pretty
hey,
nuts.
I mean, at least he got one. More than 2,500 wins in his career. He went to the Hall of Fame 12 years ago, back in 2014, and he passed away. And so this is the only way we do things around here on Ben and Woods.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
Let's see, spanning 29 seasons, mostly with the Braves, his ejections are equivalent to a full 162-game season of getting thrown out, often defending his players. He holds the all-time Major League Baseball record with 162 career ejections. And, I mean, if you didn't like the Braves, he wasn't super likable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he was not a super likable guy. It's like he's one of those guys you look at and you're like, how are you a good manager and how is so-and-so not? You know what I mean?
Right.
He just didn't have the look. He had a really good pitching coach for many, many years, and Leo Mazzone. And, he had a good staff around him, and obviously he knows his game. And he defended his players vigorously. He also was not afraid to make decisions like pulling Andrew Jones out in the middle of an inning because Andrew Jones, he thought, dogged it on a play. Pulled him out. Just yanked him out in the middle of the inning. You don't see that very often in the big leagues.
That's about as old school
It's about as old school as it gets. And Andrew Jones tweeted over the weekend, Bobby Cox was like my dad, and he'll be missed terribly. So, he understood it. He got through it. So the Cox family is suffering right now. The Ted Turner died this week. I mean, tough week for Braves fans.
Loss. Yeah, a couple of big losses.
They did take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers, so they're feeling pretty good, which we enjoyed that very much. So thank you, Braves, for that. And shout out to your family, Mr. Cox.
Other sports, I don't believe we've mentioned your beloved Seals. Their season came to an end over the weekend.
Yeah, got bodied.
Saturday night. Yeah, they got bodied by the Rock, 14-8 in their semifinal matchup. I did not catch any of this one. I was reading kind of the wrap up though. Seals went down early 4-0 and were able to chip away and get back into it. I think they were 5-4 leaders heading into halftime. And then they just, who was it? Toronto? Toronto went off in the second half.
14.
And they ended up winning 14-8.
14-8.
Season's over for the Seals.
I'm not happy about it. I really thought they would win a chip without me there. I really did.
Year one.
As soon as I'm gone, they win it. They did, and I feel terrible for the guys. But they'll be back. They'll be back next year to do it all over again. So shout out to their family as well. Shout
out to his family.
Seals go down.
All right. What's that?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, sorry. And then finally here, we'll wrap it up. I saw this story a couple of days ago, waited till today. Didn't even ask you about it over the weekend. I'm sure you saw this as well, that Oasis has a new documentary on the way. Disney has officially confirmed that. So that'll be a Disney Plus or Hulu production. Now, I haven't seen a lot of the Disney Plus music documentaries going on right now, but I know they have a lot of them. Like Disney's really leaned into that. Most notably, probably the Beatles one.
That's excellent.
And then there's been a handful of others,
Beach
whether
Boys.
it's following a band on tour or just kind of, their story in general. But I have no doubt that Disney's going to kill this one. And it says here, so it's going to come out on September 11th. And Disney, Hulu. It says here, Noel and Liam Gallagher will have their first sit-down joint interview in 25 years.
That's right.
And I started thinking about that. I go, they've been on tour for like a year and a half. Like, you're telling me they never had to do a press conference or anything together. And then I started thinking like, oh, wait, this was all probably filmed way before all of that.
Yeah, I think once it came down to the decision that like, we're going to do this. Okay, we should
Let's
probably
get some cameras
we
rolling.
should probably document this. And they did. And so you'll see, I think, kind of the re-meeting up of the two and the sit down. And I mean, obviously I'm fascinated. And I've said this, I've made this point before. When it was announced, a lot of fanfare, obviously, but then obviously this day and age, a lot of skepticism about everything. Everything fails.
2025 was the tour. So we're looking at what was it, like 2000, 2001?
No.
When they broke up?
24 when they got back together.
24 when they got back together, but before that it had been 25 years,
20 years or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, both solo artists. And so the most interesting thing about it to me, and you guys remember I bought tickets and went to England to see him. The panic, the nerve of like they're going to break up, they're not going to get along. It never happened, and it was wildly successful.
It says here it's not named yet, but a joint statement from Disney and Sony and a bunch of other studios says an intimate look at rehearsals, backstage dynamics, and the energy of the performances.
It's the one thing that lived up to the hype. It really did.
Yeah.
It lived up to the hype, and it went off without a hitch, really. I mean, and that never happens these days. Never. And it did. And, it's growing. They're going to do it again, I think, in 27.
Yeah.
I will be there. It was unbelievable. Yeah, shout out to my pal, Aussie Tony, was DMing with him over the weekend. Best days of my life. It was absolutely incredible. There's no better way to spend a 50th birthday than
maybe you'll be in the documentary.
I could be.
Crowd shot
of me. Yeah, it was great. So
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, September 11th. We'll be
in Chicago.
So hopefully I can rent it on the plane and watch it. And I believe I will. That was amazing. That's amazing. I can't wait for that. The guy that directed it is the guy that did Peaky Blinders too. So it'll probably have a little edge to it as well. So thank you, Paulie. Excellent Rhino Report today. Ben will be back to enjoy the Rhino Report tomorrow.
That's rude.
You guys know what to do. All right.
We don't have any guests this hour, but if they did, they'd appear on our SDCCU fan hotline.
All guests on Ben and Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bang banking, it's better.
All right. Actually, we do have a little bit of business here while we're doing that. We got a new liner this week. I don't even know if it's on the rundown yet, but we actually have a busy weekend coming up this weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, would love to see you.
Opportunity to hang out with the Ben and Woods crew. Join us at Park 101.
I can do it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. Join us at Park 101 in the Carlsbad Village this Saturday at 4 p.m. for food, baseball, and fun as we watch San Diego take on Seattle. You got an amazing outdoor space, rooftop setting with TVs all over the place. The food is spectacular, by the way.
So good.
Be serving Mexican candy shots and skinny margaritas made with Santo Tequila from our friends Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri. Be giving away a Mason Miller autographed baseball and tickets to the hometown baseball team. That's Park 101 in the Carlsbad Village this Saturday, 4 p.m. See you there.
Who is the hometown baseball team? That could be like USD baseball tickets. It could be like tickets to Encinitas Little League.
It could be anyone, Paulie, at this point. But no, 4 o'clock.
You're going to come out and hang out with us on Saturday to find out which baseball team.
Park 101 in Carlsbad, 4 o'clock on Saturday. Would love to see you guys. We'll be there, and we can have some food and drink and celebrate each other.
Yeah.
Be fun.
That'll be fun.
All right.
Saturday from 4 to 6, Park 101.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey player, this is all yours.
Ryan just scored those Padres tickets, Padres A's during Star Wars weekend.
Congratulations, I give. Ryan, you are.
He, Taylor, my son's driving me nuts to go to those games. Dad,
Star Wars games?
Every time the commercial's on, Paulie.
Oh, and just going, you got to get the theme game ticket.
You do, don't you?
Can't just go.
What do you get with the theme game?
Probably a bobblehead or a gift or something.
Lightsaber or something.
Special.
Well,
prize.
so he plays on the A's, my 5-year-old. So anytime he sees the A's now, he's like all in. So he's dad. I'm like, oh yeah. Sure. I have to shout out to, this is pretty incredible. I'm gonna pull up his.
So it's a Star Wars weekend. Theme game comes with a special edition Jackson Merrill and Grogu bobblehead.
Okay. That's the theme game, though.
Yes, that's the theme game. Yeah, Jackson Merrill bobblehead.
Okay. Yeah, might try to get out there. I got to shout out Tier 1 Terry, by the way, who hit me up early last week, and he said, hey, man, I've got daughters, and they're not really interested in bobbleheads. if I can get a couple of Mason Miller, the flame-throwing bobbleheads, would your kids want them? And I said, you have no idea. You have no idea. Every time, they advertise anything, my kids have to have it all. Probably much like your kids, if you've got little kids listening at home. And so he said, dude, I got you. And he drove up. We met at Randy's Donuts on Friday, and he dropped off Mason Miller bobbleheads for me. So I just thought that was so kind, and thank you. I used to meet guys in parking lots, though, for different reasons than to pick up bobbleheads, Paulie. Life is certainly...
There it was.
Yeah.
Glory hole.
Nope, not that. That's not... Nope, that's not why I used to meet guys in parking lots, Paulie. That is not the reason. You son of a bitch. That just laid me out. I had no idea what he was reaching for. Nope, that's not it.
Loose cannabis,
amongst other
Maybe,
things. Yes.
maybe.
But as I pull in at 10:15 on Friday, he's like, "Hey man, I'm in the gray Tacoma." I'm like, "All right, cool." And like I see him, and I walk up, and he's like, I'm looking over my shoulder like I was doing something wrong. I was like, "Bro, you're literally just here to pick up bobbleheads." So I went home, and I just took him out and laid him right there on the counter. One for you and one for you. Now you guys can leave me alone. Your dad, I didn't even have to go that far out of my way. Tier 1 Terry is the one that went out of his way. Elite.
I broke myself.
I broke myself too. The elite drop placement there. Save that, Paulie. I'm going to need to hear that again at some point. That was fantastic. Well, that's not why.
Imagine you're like, hey, my 20s were a very crazy time, and just
you do what you have
trying to get by.
It's not why I met people in parking lots.
Holy crap.
That's not why. That was absolutely an incredibly timed, perfect, unplanned drop. But they're fantastic, and my kids were very happy. So Terry, thank you for that. I really appreciate that, dude. It means a lot to me, and made me look like a big hero at home. All right, well, the fellas have landed in Milwaukee. They're currently nestled warm in their beds at the Pfister, and they are ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, against the Milwaukee Brewers tomorrow night, Paulie. I am Brandon Sproat is on the mound. He is 0-2 with a 5.87. So
anybody want to guess on how tomorrow's game goes?
Man, this is crazy. He's never had stuff like this. Against Matty Waldron, who Craig alluded to it earlier. Like, don't change anything. Brad Clay Rodriguez opens this game, and Matt Waldron finishes it. It worked last time. Try to do it again. Don't change anything. Don't just throw Waldron out there in the first inning and see if it works. Do what worked last time. It may not. It may not work. You have no idea. But it certainly did last time. No need to get cute. Throw Brad Clay out there and let it rip. Kind of a big one on Tuesday. Not saying that this Padres team can't beat Jacob Mizorowski, but I don't like our chances at that point. He's really, really good, and that's okay. You're going to run into a buzzsaw every now and then. Stop making the Brandon Sproats the buzzsaws, the Kyle Leahys. Stop making those guys the buzzsaws. It would be rad to go out and beat Mizorowski. You got Michael King on the bump, who pitched brilliantly again this weekend. Yep. Turns out, when healthy, he is truly one of the best in the game. So he was awesome. And then on Thursday, Kyle Harrison, who was traded from the Giants to the Red Sox and now to the Brewers, has really landed on his feet in Milwaukee. I mean, nobody expected them to be doing much this year. They are playing much better. He's 3-1 with a 2.41 since landing in Milwaukee. So left-hander on the bump against Griffin Canning on Thursday. So, yeah, man, the rules here. You want to take 2 or 3 in Milwaukee, keep it rolling. But they got they're a tough team. They're always tough. They're going to bunt. They're going to do goofy stuff. They find ways to win. They got a really good manager. And if I'm Craig Stamon, I'm not joking when I say this. When I'm Craig Stamon, if I'm Craig Stamon, I'm going to try to spend some time with Pat Murphy. Legit. Like, hey, man, let's grab a beer. Let's grab a coffee. Like, I want to pick your brain a little bit. Pat Murphy is one of those guys, Paulie, where every season they hand him a big bushel of lemons. And they say, here you go. And he comes out with the most delicious lemonade that you've ever had. He gets the most out of all of his players. He gets the most out of them. Hey, sorry, pal, we're trading your closer. That's fine. We'll find somebody else. Hey, man, this guy's on the IL. He's not going to pitch all season. No worries. We'll find somebody else. Plug him right in. You know, it's just I would really want to pick his brain, you know, about how he does his job, because I think Pat Murphy is one of the best.
Yeah,
one of the best in the business. I heard him on a podcast. He was phenomenal. And
a little kooky.
A little kooky. I like it.
But
I like
baseball kooky.
Baseball kooky. Yeah, not personal kooky, like just baseball kooky. The pancakes in his pocket.
The pancakes in the pocket. Like I will. That
funny
video of him just walking away and pulling a pancake out of his back pocket of his baseball pants.
One of the funniest things
it's
ever.
Like burned into my memory, and I can't think of like Andy Reid doing that after a sideline interview.
Yeah.
I can't think of any NBA coach obviously pulling a pancake out of their suit jacket or whatever. But like in baseball, for whatever reason,
Mike Vrabel
kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense in baseball though for a manager to be like, oh yeah, I got a pancake.
Yeah, he's a really good manager, and I think if you're Craig Stamon, I'd try to get a little FaceTime with the guy, man, pick his brain a little bit. Don't know how much he's going to give you, but it seems like the kind of guy that would sit down with you and tell you he loves the game, student of the game. I really like his team. I do. I don't hate the Milwaukee Brewers. I think Pat Murphy's a really good manager. So it's going to be a tough task ahead for the San Diego Padres, but the off day today should help, hopefully, and figure out how to go out and beat, you know, Brandon Sproat tomorrow night. It's a real big one, I think, to get that first one. So we will take our last time out of the day. We will come back. We will wrap it up for a Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in, Paulie. If you waited around for this show for that moment and that moment only, it was well worth it.
There it was. Opinion. Glory hole.
Absolutely laid me out. We'll be right back. It's Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
There's people out there that can do those sort of things. So I'm not a ghost or paranormal guy.
Would you stay?
Fister? Yeah, absolutely.
Would you stay at room 3327 at the Hotel Del by yourself for a night?
Yeah, it's a nice hotel.
This guy, I can't wait until he's
That
back.
was 3 years ago yesterday.
You're
The Padres were
kidding.
also in Milwaukee, I guess. This same week.
It's the hotel in Milwaukee, the Pfister Hotel, and
Fister? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it is haunted, allegedly.
We were talking about the Mookie Betts story,
and it's so haunted that Mookie will not stay there.
Mm-hmm.
He rents his own air. I got it. Don't book me a room. I'm getting an Airbnb, and I'm going to stay in an Airbnb. That's how spooked out he is by this place.
There's been tons of accounts and stories from players over the years that are like the TV turned on in the middle of the night.
Yes,
the faucet started going off in the bathroom, and then like Ben was just like, well, there's logical explanation for all of that.
He does not buy signs. He doesn't buy paranormal things we did the beautiful touching story of Cody Ponce.
Yep.
And he lost his mother.
Right.
And a butterfly landed on his arm. Very rare butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben did not believe it.
As he was shoving on the mound, he goes, "That's my mom. My mom loved butterflies.
My mom,
I know that was her. I could feel her presence around me."
Right. So the Pfister Hotel, you'll remember, story of Mookie Betts. He has not stayed there since 2022. Bryce Harper reported in 2013 that his clothes were moved from a table to the other side of the room during a stay. I'm assuming whilst he was in the room, because that could just happen from somebody coming in to clean and pick up your room. Colby Lewis claimed to see a skeletal apparition at 1:30 a.m. and saw the team chaplain. He ran down to see the chaplain after he saw the ghost. Adrian Beltre reported mysterious knocking on the door, air conditioning turning on and off on its own. Now, it's old. It's an old hotel, like really, really old. It's been around since 1893. So you could have a short in the electrical fuses or something that could make some of this happen. Carlos Gomez reported his iPod turned on and shook on the dresser after a shower, packed his stuff, and left the room right then. So this is what happens. We're going on a trip as a show and with some tier ones to Chicago in late June, early July. I'm going to go see the Pods play the Cubbies. And our pal that set it up, David J., I'm going to tell him, I don't know what's on the docket for next year. We'd obviously like to do it again. It went so well. It sold so quickly. Tier ones are always incredible about stuff like that. So for next year, though, I would be down to go to Milwaukee, but only if we get to stay in the Pfister. I would like to do it. I would like to try it. I'm kind of a scaredy cat about stuff like that.
I don't know if I could.
Really? You don't think you could?
That stuff freaks me out, man.
Here's what's funny about Ben, though.
I don't. I'm not a ghost or paranormal guy. Would you stay? Pfister? Yeah, absolutely.
So about Ben, here's what would happen. The bureau could move from one side of the room to the next. He still wouldn't admit it. You'd have to keep like, because I'm not gonna buy like, hey, did anything happen in your room? Nope. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Because I think something would happen and he just wouldn't.
You have to share a room with him.
I'm not sharing a room. There is no way we're going on a vacation. I'm sharing a room with him. There is no under no circumstances would I share a room with that man or him with me. It's the last thing you want. But
yeah, absolutely.
I would like to do that. So Milwaukee could be on the agenda next year.
I've heard it's great.
I've heard it's awesome. I mean, I've been once. Strangely enough, drove to Milwaukee to see Oasis. They canceled. So it didn't work out, but we did spend the night in Milwaukee, and I had a great time. I was young, and we went to a party and had a blast. But that's the only time I've ever been. I heard it's a great city, a lot of fun. The ballpark looks spectacular. The food looks great. So maybe next year that's on the agenda.
Still Miller Park?
Yeah, I think so.
No change.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, the tier one trip to Chicago sold out. It was crazy. Can't wait for that. I'm counting the days to get out there with the fellas. But so yeah, that's Padres will be taking on the Brewers the next 3 days starting tomorrow. You do have a night off tonight. You can watch Dodgers Giants, Paulie. They are battling it out. We're all rooting for the Giants, certainly, in that matchup right now. Dodgers did drop 2 of 3 to the Braves over the weekend. I can do, if you want to, a little reach around.
Oh yeah,
if you'd like.
Get to that. Let's get to the MLB reach
around.
Yeah,
we can do one.
They're doing the reach around. They're doing the reach around. Everybody's doing the
reach around.
Now, mine's not as smooth as Benny's is. He's really smooth at the reach around. He's quite good at it. The Brewers, who we will be taking on next, Paulie, they swept 3 games from the New York Yankees, who were one of the best teams in baseball. But Brewers,
so you're telling me the Padres are catching another team
that's red hot. Shout out to Encinitas Little League. Spencer Jones had a rough couple of first starts. He had Mizorowski in his major league debut. Didn't go well for him, but he did get an RBI single and is on the board now for his first big league hit. It was pretty cool in Encinitas. They did a viewing party at OG's on Friday night for his debut because Bo was stoked, played in the same little league as he did on the same field. So that was kind of cool. As we know, Padres beat the Cardinals 3-2. The Phillies blanked the Rockies 6-0 behind Christopher Sanchez, tossing 7 shutout innings. Marlins beat the Nats 5-2. The Orioles finally scratched one out against the A's 2-1. Baltimore avoided being swept. They have not been off to a good start this year at all. The Rays beat the Red Sox 4-1. The Angels over the Blue Jays 6-1. Joe Adell homered twice. Kind of tough losing to the Angels these days. If you're the Blue Jays, that was the only win that they did have in that series, though. The Reds over the Astros 5-0. White Sox continue to fight, man. Beat Logan Gilbert 2-1. The Rangers beat the Cubs 3-0. Jacob deGrom was vintage. Jacob deGrom struck out 10 went 7 shutout innings, allowed just 3 hits, and Skip Schumacher, our beloved, beat the Cubs, man. 2 of their two wins against the Cubs, which is one of the hottest teams in baseball.
What was the note that I saw? DeGrom, second fastest pitcher in history to get to number 2,000 or 1900 Ks.
That's right. Giants had a walk-off 7-6. Willie Adames singled in 2 runs, so back in the win column for them. Atlanta over the Dodgers 7-2, and they handled the Dodgers pretty well. Diamondbacks over the Mets 5-1. New York had a little bit of momentum. D-backs went and took 2 or 3 from them. And the Tigers over the Royals 6-3. Royals in the chamber a little bit. Tigers snapped a 5-game losing streak with that win yesterday. So that's your reach around. Let's do some traffic. We'll spin it. We'll get out of here.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Chula Vista, there's a broken down car on the 5 southbound at the main exit, blocking up the right lane of that off-ramp. Full slow patch on the 163 southbound from about Robinson to the 5.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer driving season's almost here. Stop by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check your tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Visit SoCal Oil Change for coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
What is the best unexpected upgrade that you can get?
That's I've never actually.
We have a better seat for you at the plane checking in.
I've never actually been upgraded to first class. I've paid for an upgrade twice.
Unexpected, I think, is like you've got coach, and they're like, "Hey, we actually have an extra seat available up front. If you'd like to, we can move you up there free of charge."
I don't care what you say. Flying first class is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Fine. You can call overrated, too expensive, whatever. It's fantastic. When you get the opportunity to do it, it's the greatest.
I got the unexpected upgrade, I guess, about a year ago. Coming back from Philly.
That's right.
Brian, Tier 1 Brian, was on the plane, had a first class ticket. I'm assuming he travels enough where this is something he does fairly often, because I know if I had first class, like that I paid for, I'm probably not giving it up. I'm just going to be honest.
100%.
Probably not. If I flew first class every single time I traveled, I'd probably give a few.
You see a guy in a uniform, you're like, what, buddy? Come sit up here.
Because he just walked back to our seats on the plane and was like,
Paulie,
I want you to have, it's like 1A.
Yep.
Front of the plane.
That's awesome.
And dude, it's
fantastic.
Like for it to happen to and not be like a 45-minute flight from Vegas or something, like to be a cross-country flight. It was, I had never experienced that before. It was so much fun. Thank you again to Brian.
It's a dream, dude. It's great.
That was awesome.
I got, we talked earlier about my diet and how poor it's been. Bo wanted steak the other night, so I ordered Outback. It's very expensive. I ordered a small piece of cheesecake, and they brought me 2.
You ate them both, didn't you?
Most of both. Hannah had a bite, and then I shooed her away. So that was a nice unexpected. I did not pay for 2, but they gave me 2.
Yeah, extra dessert, free dessert. That's a great upgrade.
There's a place that we order from too called Urban Plates by our home, and I'll get actually a healthy meal from there. I'll get like a salad or something. But lately, Hannah will get these cookies, and they're about the size of a hubcap. Chocolate chip cookies, right? They're about the size of a hubcap. See these ring lights? They're this size. I'm not kidding. Big old chocolate chip cookies. Huge. There's got to be a tier 1 that works there or something, because lately, every time we order, we buy 1, they give us 4 every single time. So Hannah will get it and be like, oh my God, again. So we have 4 hubcap size chocolate chip cookies in our home. So that's a nice little upgrade that you can get from time to time.
Yeah. I've never had, somebody said sporting ticket upgrade, like a seat upgrade. I see videos like ESPN will be like, hey, we went to the top section of the stadium.
Grab somebody.
Gave some kid and his dad, field passes.
I've never had a concert one, nothing. It's happened to everybody I know, except for me. they'll pull you. Hey man, hey, come with us. You got great seats.
I had
to the show.
concert once
Never
last
happened.
year. Actually, we were out at the Rady Shell, and somebody that works for the event staff. He's a tier 1. He must have found me in my seats in the middle of what section we originally paid for our tickets, and he goes, if you want, I can get you a little bit closer.
That's
and
badass.
Me and my wife said, sure. It was ludicrous.
Yeah,
we
Luda.
were up against the stage. It was outstanding. That was such a cool, unexpected upgrade.
I love one. I rarely get them. Go ahead and you can spin it.
Want to spin it?
Yeah, why not? We got 5 minutes.
Got to fill up the refill the topic wheel. It's getting low.
Have Ben do it on the plane.
What is your go-to road trip snack?
Well, it used to be just Copenhagen long cut, and that's gone. So Zen, Dr. Pepper, peanuts, trail mix of some kind.
Yeah.
And
love a trail mix.
And then usually like a Snickers or something for the energy, which it provides.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
trail mix is a elite.
I don't
snack.
like beef jerky because it reeks in your car. Reeks.
I love beef jerky.
I love beef jerky too. I love it.
I hate
my wife likes to bring it in the car.
As soon as you
it absolutely reeks.
Unzip that little the plastic pouch or whatever, you break open the sealer, the reseal.
It smells like a dead animal.
You're done.
Is in your car.
You're done.
So I like that. A lot of people are saying seeds. I tend to get a little messy with seeds in my car. So I don't really do that. But always a Dr. Pepper, always trail mix, always peanuts. And that's pretty standard.
Junk food I love. I think it's a Lay's Frito-Lay brand. Munchies is what they're called.
Oh,
and
chips?
It's like a chip bag. It's like a grab bag. It's got like some Sun chips, some Doritos, some Cheetos.
Oh yeah,
pretzels.
A mix. Yeah,
like
little
all
Cheez-Its in there.
It's kind of like a trail mix, but of crappy chip brands.
I like that too.
Really good.
All right, are we out of?
We got one more on the topic.
One more on the topic wheel.
Finish it off.
Oh my God, let's finish it right now.
Let's see here.
How many do you need? Tell Ben. Hey, come up with 20 ideas on the flight.
We'll take 20,000 if he's got them.
Yeah.
We go through a lot of them.
We do.
All right, let's go. I don't know why I'm spinning it.
Yeah, you don't need to.
There's no
nothing
sound.
left. We're good.
What is a risk that you took that paid off well?
Moving to San Diego to do radio.
That's mine.
That's it. That is the one. I had no experience, no business being here. I was asked to do it and came out and did it. And then that guy got fired inside of like 6 months. And then I had to do it by myself for a while. And it was the best risk I've ever taken in my entire life. I had a 6-figure job wearing a suit and tie every day. I was a manager. I was leading a team and a lot of security. I had stock options and all kinds of stuff. And I gave it up to come do this. And here we are 15 years later on my favorite show that I've ever been on with a couple of my best friends and the best audience in radio. So I'd say, given the opportunity, wouldn't have changed one single solitary thing.
Yeah. I didn't move here for work. I moved here for school and grew up in Seattle, born and raised 18 years.
Yep.
I did not know a single person in San Diego. I guess I technically went to school with a girl that was 2 years older than me that was a sophomore at San Diego State. Never spoke to her. That was it. I didn't have any family down here, any friends. And that was really scary when all your other friends that got into your University of Washington, that's the only place they wanted to go. Wasn't for me. I wanted to get out of state and explore a little bit. And San Diego was always appealing. But to move down here as an 18-year-old, flew down by myself and moved myself into the dorm. You know what I mean? I'm very proud of that, but it's very scary. And that was a huge risk, and it's paid off. I'm married. I got a dream job. I live in San Diego, California. I couldn't be happier.
On an air mattress in an apartment in North Park for a long time. And, to get to see it through and it's the biggest risk I've ever taken, certainly, but it's the one that's paid off the most.
Yeah.
And not just monetarily, but for the fact that I get to live here. And it's
also
and same wife, kids, the whole thing, couldn't be happier. So thank you guys for being here today. Benny will be back tomorrow. I'm really excited to talk to him, hear how the rest of his trip went. He's literally currently still playing golf for another hour until he gets on the plane. and comes home. And we will
Good
hear.
God, he's still
He's
playing
still playing
golf.
right now. 178 holes or something later. But thanks for hanging with us. Hopefully we did a good enough job getting you through. But the whole band will be back together tomorrow morning. Braden and Frank are up next. Thanks for being here. We love you. 97.3 The Fan.